Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's Wednesday, so you know what that means. It means another AEW live stream tonight as we jump into Dynamite, the fallout from All Out. Lots to talk about, lots to get into. More rumors, more news, and a whole lot of action. The night is stacked. It's going to be a fun one. So get in that chat, strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go! Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream as we bring you AEW Dynamite tonight. Remember, folks, we are the channel that just watches more live wrestling than anybody else out there. Happy to be back at it again. I see that chat filling up already. Remember, be a friend, tell a friend, take this link and share it everywhere you can because we want to see triple digits in the chat each and every night. And we are cooking. We are rolling along. We got lots going on in the channel, lots going on in the wrestling world, and we are going to talk all about it tonight. Looking forward to a crazy Dynamite. Again, a lot of buzz around AEW. What's happening with the rights deals? What's happening with All Out and the Fallout? Moxley's going to be here tonight. Rumors are MJF and Swerve are going to be on the shelf for a little bit, but we got lots to discuss and lots to debate, I'm sure. But as always on a Wednesday, we start with hope. We start with excitement. I cannot wait for this show. I hope TK has plans for us. I hope he's got some really good programming ahead. But for the next couple hours, I will give you all the reaction to all the action. And if you don't know who I am, well, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. And it's a pleasure to be back with everybody once again. I will get to that chat and start clicking soon. So make sure you say hello. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. If you don't want to say anything, drop an emoji. Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget the reaction buttons as well. I want to see those little hearts popping up. So, folks, we got Dynamite. We got a whole lot of online debate. We got a whole lot of fans that, are thrilled with what happened on the weekend. We got a collective that are not happy. There's been petitions. There's been arguments. There's been news. And so much more. We're going to dive into all of it here this eve. As far as the actual show and what is advertised, well, we are getting a tag team casino gauntlet match. I don't know why every gauntlet match has to be casino related. I think, if you do it on a Dynamite, not necessary. Little surprise we're going back to the gauntlet route because we just did one of these. But hey, who am I to complain? It should be fun. We'll see what teams are in it. Hopefully our buddies, the Outrunners, can get in there and do some damage. But yeah, should be very interesting to see who will challenge the Bucks at Grand Slam. So we will get into that. We'll see what happens there. Jon Moxley live after trying to suffocate his friends. And again, one of the things that I laughed a lot about when it came to the whole scenario with Daniel Bryan. And again, the internet never misses a beat. But Mr. Eco-friendly, Mr. Green, getting choked out by a plastic bag almost seems apropos, if nothing else. So, yeah, I mean, again, interesting spot, but we will see what Moxley has to say tonight. We will see how this shapes up. Is this the new BCC? Is Pac a part of the group? How does Yuta feel? We saw that he was really hurt, upset. He wasn't quite with the plan. Of course, Eddie Kingston warned everybody that Claudio was a snake, and now here it is. I like the move. We can debate about the bag spot all we want, but the actual decision to turn, to make it exciting, to have Moxley go towards Bryan, I don't hate it. It's much better than Bryan fighting Jack Perry. Moxley, a legitimate contender, a guy that could take that belt, and with this new faction, this new team behind them, who knows what it means? Who knows what it's going to look like? So very excited about what Jon Moxley has to say this eve. What else are we getting? We're getting Mariah May taking on Queen Aminata. A little bit of a jumping the line on this one. It should be a relatively easy win for Mariah May. It should be a fun match, though. Big fan of both ladies. So I hope they deliver in the ring this eve. We will see how it goes. Again, Queen Aminata, friends with Sky Blue. Sky Blue gets beat up by Mariah May on the weekend, and it leads to this moment. So, again, should be a good one. Daniel Garcia, the other Garcia, Sammy Guevara will take on Ricochet. Again, Ricochet back in action. We know he's heading towards a meeting with Will Ospreay sooner than later. And Sammy, this should be a fun match. I got a lot of high hopes. I know Sammy comes under a lot of fire, and there's a good amount of mixed reviews about Sammy Guevara, but two guys that can pick up the work rate, two guys that can do a lot of cool things in the ring. I hope this is a fun match. I'm excited for it. And again, we'll see where it goes. Jack Perry, Lio Rush, a little surprised with this. I guess they're trying to make Jack Perry feel like the big man in a battle. Again, could be a fun match, though. I don't want to foo-foo it totally. Don't love what's happening with Jack Perry right now, even though he's showing glimpses of being a decent heel. The scapegoat thing's not a complete waste. I think the Elite might pull it down a little, but him versus Lio Rush should be interesting. And then, of course, I will remind everybody before I move on, we are raising money in honor of Nick's birthday. Big Nick, shout out. Anthony, shout out. But in honor of Nick's birthday, we are selling t-shirts. Nick got his in the mail today. They look spiffy, nice quality t-shirts. But you get your F Meltzer shirts like our buddy Scott out there, like Nick. And you can support two causes. Well, three. Nick's birthday, you can support literacy, and you can support the anti-Uncle Dave movement all in one swing. So that's what you call getting two birds stoned at once, folks. So get your t-shirts now. That all being said, it's hump day. You put Wednesday in the book. Tomorrow's Friday, Junior. We are upon the weekend. I will let everybody who can hear my voice right now know there's a little bit of a programming change, but 1 second. All these live streams get to your throat. Pause. But I will let everyone know we are going to be a little bit quiet this weekend. We're going to take a little breath, and then we're back on Monday. So that's just a little bit of change. Tomorrow, we will be here for the Dirt Sheet debate. We're going to talk all about All Out. We're going to talk about Victory Road on Friday. We're going to talk about what's happening with Drew and Seth and so much more, folks. So be here tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a fun one. And then, of course, Friday Night SmackDown and such. So, with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, as we are about 7 minutes away from the start of the show, what do you want to talk about? What is on your mind? But let's find out. First one in the chat tonight, Udi, Z Super, Udi. Is Udi correct? We'll go with that. Hello, everybody. AJH3, welcome back. Rumor is Andrew WK is all elite. No way. He's too hardcore to go that way. He's good. We liked it. There you go. Wally, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Dynamite was an inside job. See, money. Welcome back. And that's a little bit funny. It's all the calls are coming from in the house. That's for sure. Kevin, how's it going? Welcome back. I hope you're doing well, sir. Damien, the leader of the Hopium tribe, looking forward to Ricochet versus Sammy. I am too. I'm not going to deny it. I'm looking forward to this match. I think it's going to be fun. I think Jack Perry and Lio has potential to be fun. Not exactly the most intense rivalries, but fun matches. And ultimately, I do believe we are heading towards seeing, Ricochet, Ospreay. Now, the question is, do they go full in or all out, if you will, and give us Ospreay and Ricochet at Grand Slam? Do they save it for Wrestle Dream? That is the interesting debate right now. And again, I have no idea what their plans are, but we are looking forward to that rivalry kicking off. Bonkers, welcome back. AJ, Fightful AJ Lee, did in the most loving. Yeah, no, I saw this. And again, you'd understand why. I mean, there's a level of disconnect. You don't always want to bring your work home. You figure, if you just worked a run-of-the-mill 9-to-5 job, do you bring all the baggage back to wifey? So again, a cute little story. I'm sure she knows more than she's alluding to, but at the same time, I'm sure she kind of turns a blind eye to certain things. So again, very interesting, funny. I still think we might get AJ Lee at some point. Well, we will see. Bonkers also adding that the Hurt Business had talks with AEW in recent weeks. I've seen a lot of this, and I'll be honest, guys. I'm going to be a little bit honest on this one, as we always try to do. MVP's kind of getting on my nerves because MVP's making everyone feel like, or at least presenting like, somehow the Michael Jordan of wrestling was dropped in Bobby Lashley. I've watched Bobby Lashley for years. There's good about Bobby Lashley and there's bad about Bobby Lashley. And for a lot of people out there like, oh, I can't believe WWE let him go. Listen, they gave him pushes at times, and maybe some of his gimmicks or his angles were shitty. But we've seen Bobby kind of lack a little charisma, lack a little, pizzazz, lack a little bit of ability to connect with the audience. Now, with MVP at his side, lots of potential. Talking about Omos, like Omos is Andre the Giant, I found very interesting of like, we have to make money with this guy. I understand what MVP is trying to do. I understand he's trying to hitch his, wagon to a couple workhorses. The only question I would ask everybody out there about the Hurt Business in AEW is how do you see that working? How does a guy the size of Bobby Lashley and, even MVP, Omos, whatever, are they going to come in and just do jobs the way we see most of the big guys do? Like, is Bobby Lashley going to go under a Jack Perry? Is Bobby Lashley going to take an L to Darby Allin? I don't know. And I did see triple digits in that chat. Get back here. I don't know where you went, but get back here. Hump Day, what's up, everybody? Big Mike, welcome back. Let's go, Roddy. Thank you. Good to see ya. The AEW Pyro. I'm going to have to speed up a little. I got about 3 minutes. Roman Santos, welcome back. Richard, I see ya. AD and AZ. How are you, sir? I like the new Avi. What's up? Who is more likely to win the tag match tonight? Grizzled Young Vets or the Outrunners? I'd imagine it would be Grizzled Young Vets. They came in high profile. We know where they came from. I love the Outrunners. I love what they're doing. But at the same time, again, I feel like the Grizzled Young Vets are another one of those teams that the Young Bucks got to check off. Like, see, we beat them too. I think that's been very much a part of their MO. So the Grizzled Young Vets came in. I'm a little surprised that they didn't get involved really quick. And they kind of like, we're getting the FTR Grizzled Young Vets match on Saturday. So it'd be odd to me, like the Grizzled Young Vets win this tonight. They become number one contenders and then go fight FTR on Saturday. Interesting, right? Now, will they be in it? Will FTR be in it? We don't know. We don't know who's coming through those curtains. With MJF taking time off to film a movie, what's next for Garcia? Well, here's the compelling and interesting thing about Danny Garcia, Richard. The contract is not signed. And I saw a lot of people justify, Danny didn't go over in the match because he hasn't signed a contract. So you didn't want to put him over MJF. But the last thing he did was stomp the piss out of MJF and got, sitting there shaking his head like a coconut. So, I mean, again, if he's on his way out, you don't know he's going to sign a contract. Again, it's a little, you ignore one to make reason for the other. To me, that's a little bit hard to explain. If you were just going to beat him, just beat him. If he re-signs, then you can revisit. But I don't know what they're going to do with Garcia. Like, I think the part of the problem for me with All Out was Garcia, MJF. MJF's trying to pull up Garcia, but I think ultimately it pulls down MJF, and it's a little bit unfortunate. Same thing with Jack Perry and Danielson. To me, those matches didn't get people out of their seats, and you can go back and watch it. We spent a lot of time watching crowd reaction, and there was a lot of lackluster crowd for those moments because we're not really invested, and we're not really that worried about either guy. Danny chasing somebody like Jack Perry for a TNT title, I got no problem with. You got prickish, asshole, Jack Perry with the belt and his friends. Great. But yeah, it's a tough one. But I'm going to rapid fire through these and I'll circle on back. Remember, folks, we do have the super chat, super stickers. As this show is about to kick off, MDB, I see ya. Safit, I see ya. Jackie Ripper, welcome back. No Jims is in the house. Kevin, I got you. Wrestling Proud, welcome back. It's always a pleasure to see you, sir. Who else we got? Mike Roos. Quadarius is with us. Happy birthday, Quadarius. Let's see if I can give you some balloons or some fireworks. No, I can't. All right, we're good to go. Who else we got? As the show is about to kick off, and instantly into the replay of Moxley and crew walking out of the building. Yo, Adrian, how you doing? How you doing? And we go to the parking lot where Moxley's cutting a promo. Yo, Daniel, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Alexis, good to see you as well. What up, 316? Dennis, welcome back. Love seeing all these faces, old and new. I appreciate it all, folks. TK has WMDs. Let's go. Let's go. I like that. That's awesome. Okay. Sorry, folks. I'm just taking in Moxley to start this show. I want to catch what he's saying here. He's intense, if nothing else. Committed. And again, I like it. I didn't love how they set up the promo last week. We can debate a plastic bag being used, but the angle itself was good. So everyone out there who always says all I say is bad stuff, there's some good stuff. Jericho got a weird case. Why is he around? Jericho's an idiot, and Jericho will never go away. It's driving me fucking nuts. You know, Keyshawn. You know how I feel. Jera Hogan, folks. Get out there. Hashtag Jera Hogan's a thing. Okay. He's referencing William Regal, the Lordship's favorite. But he saw himself in me. I like that. 122. Let's get to 150. Let's go. The show's just kicking off. Thank you so much for the super chat. I will get back to this, Spaz, real quick. Just trying to catch Moxley's little sentiment here. But thinking of NXT TNA. Yeah, okay. I'll come back to that. I'll circle back around, but thank you so much. What's up, Charles? How you doing? Gilly, I'll get back to you. That's a long one. Alan, I see you. Dale, the OG is in the house. Brandon, I see you as well. Easy Bake, welcome back. Dawn, welcome back. This is war. This means war. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. All right, so emphatic. Now, I wonder if that's all we're getting from Moxley tonight. That'd be interesting. But Darby is here, and we know Moxley has something cooking with Darby. So we're going to wait and see what that is. But yes, Darby is in the house, all pink and fluffy, and rolling in on his skateboard. Like he came from the hotel on his skateboard, which he might have. Epic promo. I liked it. I like the vibe. I like the feel. I'm giving full marks to Moxley. I'm giving full marks to a lot of what we're getting here, guys. And Tony Schiavone is in the ring. Hogan is in my city today, slanging his beard. Well, fuck him. What's up, KJ? Hopefully AEW is good. JV, we're hoping. As here comes Christian Cage. Interesting. Didn't expect Christian Cage to kick this one off. Collision is coming to my town. Front row seats are 362 WTF. Yeah, that doesn't actually sound so bad. You'd be surprised what they charge when they come across borders, my buddy. Sup, Mega, good to see ya. What did you say, Spads? Thinking of NXT TNA, Bound for Glory for Havoc weekend. I'd love to see the Ladies Ultimate X on BFG. 3 from NXT and 3 from TNA. Show how loaded those two ladies divisions are. That'd be cool. I'd be in. I think they've touched on it like once upon a time. Plus, we've had women kind of come in and out of that division. But Christian Cage is in the ring with his contract. Nick Wayne's mom, the best part of the faction. And Nick Wayne. There's Luchasaurus as well. Gotcha, Charles. It's showtime. Let's go. 129 in the chat. Be a friend, tell a friend. And if you haven't clicked those buttons yet, make sure you do so. Click those little hearts. Click that little reaction button on the side of the chat. Help the algorithm. I want to see 150 hanging out with us. Christian telling the crowd to shut his mouth. I believe they are in Kentucky. Somewhere around there. What's good, ABJ? How you doing? Kevin, I got you. How did Danielson fall exactly? He's the world champ. I'd love for this Mox promo to make more to make some kind of sense. That was me trying to make sense of words. You know what, C-Money? I get where he's saying, like, you know, Regal thought he was the top guy in their group, and now he's fallen. He's been beaten up. He's still champ, but we've broken you, and we're about to get more. So again, maybe I'm stretching it a little bit just to give it credit where it's due. But for my money, I don't mind what they just did. He's a bit wobbly. And again, when you're the lunatic fringe, not all your sentences make sense. Mox choose war. A war against who is my question. Who is a viable option? Who's going to step up and go against this Moxley crew? It won't be the Elite. We already saw that interaction. Who will it be? Darby and friends? I don't know. How did he fail? He failed as a leader, right? Like, so that's the connotation there. Eminem on the VMAs. I want to see his performance. I hope it's really good. The absolute GOAT. Right? What's up? What's up, Bash? How you doing? Steven Regal, shout outs from Mox. Yeah, they're going around about it, and but very mentioning, you know, their mentor and how Regal thought Brian was the guy, but saw himself in Moxley. So, as everybody's chanting Luchasaurus, and yeah, Kentucky making a lot of noise tonight. I think Mox is working with Shane on this storyline. Gilly, I've said it from day one. I don't believe it, but I want it. As a wrestling fan, I don't care what the tribalists say. I don't care what the detractors say. I don't care. Shane McMahon being involved will be fucking mind-blowing. It will be epic. It's a McMahon crossing the line. It is undeniably one of the biggest things that could ever happen to AEW. There are some fears. My buddy Nick had pointed out, will you alienate the hardcore fans? I do think there is a story to tell there. And I think the very AEW hardcore tribalists will spin it the way I spun it. He's the good McMahon. He didn't get along with his father. His father fired him. So it's not so bad. It's a win for the good guys in the AEW mindset. If Shane is pulling the strings on this feud, on this faction, and he's behind this group, I think it could be excellent. But it will all be in the delivery. But Christian reminding everyone he's got that contract to be the next AEW World Champion. Was that it? Why did that happen? What's up? What's up? Anytime, any place he can challenge, he can challenge. Brad, welcome. Mercedes sucks in a big way. We'll get to her later. Kevin, welcome back. I feel like it's been a hot minute. I'm glad you guys still support AEW because a lot of fans quit. Listen, we have taken a lot of heat this week. And, Kip Sabian. What the fuck? What is that? This is a really flat, kind of odd segment to start the show. And I'm not being a hater. For him to come out and say what he said, we already knew. And then Kip Sabian's little spot there, I don't know what that means. And we go to the back. So why would you not have Will Ospreay open the show and do his segment in the ring instead of in the back? Think about it. As far as crowd reaction goes, as far as getting viewers to stay tuned, why would you have Christian and his crew walk all the way out there to just say, I'm going to be the next champ, I have a contract? Well, fuck, tell us something we didn't know. And then you go to the back with the biggest star in the company, in my mind. He's in the back hanging out with Fletcher and Callis still. Can we get Ospreay and Fletcher and Takeshita the fuck away from Don Callis and his dick-looking head? Can we please? Please? Christian Cage too old. Christian Cage might be old, but he's in phenomenal shape. Tristan, how you doing? How you doing? Brad, welcome back. I think I said your name already. Folks, I'm saying hello to everybody. If I haven't said hi to you yet, hello, welcome. Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're happy, healthy, and safe. And thank you for joining me tonight. We are 9 away from 150. Let's get to that 150. Crispin, maybe a new name. What's up? Saw you guys on a documentary. Thought I'd check you out. How's it going? There you go. A little bit of fame for us. Our 50, our 0.5 seconds of fame. But Crispin, thank you for joining us. and we appreciate you being here. We're having a wonderful night. As always, watching live wrestling as Ospreay's hugging all the heels. But Takeshita's not happy. Why are they making Takeshita mad at Ospreay if Ospreay's about to fight Ricochet? It's weird. Weird booking. And why is the heel hugging? Tony, help me. Not being picky. Just don't understand. I think we're going into the tag match, folks. Oh, no, I lied. TNT title going up first. There you go. Lio Rush going to take on Jack Perry, folks. If you're new here, we take a prediction out. We take a prediction on every single match. We take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. So stick around to the end. We want to know what the fans think. As Jack Perry showing up in the scapegoat bus, which again, is that a new thing? Like, is he going to do that for all the shows? I understand pay-per-view. Didn't expect him to do it here. Don Callis is the reason why my TV is on mute. Yeah, Don Callis isn't helping. I think Don Callis has the potential to get a lot of heat, but the Don Callis family has been an outright shit show. And it's just getting in the way. Like, Takeshita's not getting pushed. Fletcher looks good, but his job, Fletcher's like a gatekeeper at times. These are guys I love. I love Ospreay. I think Fletcher's got so much talent, so much upside. I think Takeshita is a fucking beast. I wish he had the TNT title right now or the Continental title. Takeshita's a worker. He is a beast in that ring. But just the way they book this faction makes no sense. It takes away my excitement, and it doesn't make sense. Like, you didn't see Bobby Heenan hugging Macho Man or Hogan. Like, you didn't. If you were a heel manager, like, Cornette wasn't hanging out with the fucking baby faces, guys. So why is Callis so friendly with baby faces? It matters. What's happened on the show so far? Michael, welcome. Not much. We had a weird little in-ring promo we started it with a package about Moxley and what happened with him and his purpose. Christian Cage comes out, reminds everybody that he's going to be world champion. And now we got Jack Perry and Lio Rush about to go one-on-one. And I will throw that up in a poll right now, folks. Keep this chat going. Oh, there you go. In the chat. I think 100% of the people should be taking Jack Perry on this one. We always got one or two anomalies, but we'll find them. Perry for the win. Jack Perry on the short bus. It's a little close to home for it. Is WWE going to stop doing live events next year? Not stop, minimize. So there's again, they're looking at this like a business. If you're making marginal profits, and they're going to work that out. That's always going to be a thing with TKO. And when you're dealing with shareholders, you're going to maximize your profits. And if they're not making a shit ton on the side live events and they're making plenty money on all these pay-per-views, that is the rumor that they're going to reduce it. They never said get rid of it. Reduce it. MDB, do what he said, folks. Hit that like button. Hit those hearts. Let's go. Still flirting with 150. Let's get it up there. Khan's booking is so confusing in this show. Lisa, welcome back. And I agree. That's what I keep saying. Listen, I was very critical of All Out. And since being critical of All Out, I've been called a whole bunch of things. Again, most people that don't have a viable argument, instead of making their case and explaining why they feel the way they feel, they just resort to name calling. And that's my favorite part about doing this job. Instead of debating shit with me, which some of you guys do wonderfully, including my buddy Nick and Anthony, they'll just say, oh, you're fat, you're dumb, you got a vagina. Like, it's stupid shit. I was very critical of All Out, and I stand by my words. And I was very critical of the streamers out there that were pumping the tires of All Out. Tony Khan has a ton of talent. Tony Khan has done wonderful things, but he's got to smarten up and make the shows make sense. The way they're put together, it's a struggle. It's a struggle as a fan at times, guys. It really is. Fachina. Fachita? Chicken fachita. Jack for the win. Let's see what the poll says. 82%-ish. Jack Perry's in the lead. Lio Rush off the apron. I think we just had a glitch in the Matrix. What do you think about why people are upset with Liv began #1 ranked in PWI magazine? Because they don't understand the business, because they're not paying attention, because they don't watch the product, and they just think whatever their favorite wrestler is their favorite wrestler. Liv has to get credit for what Liv's accomplished. Liv has had a big year. And I don't agree with everything from PWI. I don't know if I would have had her at #1, but people getting mad about stupid shit again. Cody Rhodes deserved that #1 spot. I got no problem with Swerve being #2. Swerve's had a phenomenal year. I thought Gunther should have been a little higher. But Liv being #1, she's earned it. She's earned it. She's been a champ. She's got more heat than any other woman in any other company. There is no female wrestler right now anywhere. Not Wednesdays, not Tuesdays, not Thursdays, not Fridays. Nowhere that get the response that Liv is getting. Yes, a large part of that is Dom, but she sided with Dom. And we said it before it happened. She's going to get nuclear heat. So that will happen there. But ladies and gentlemen, we are in picture. Lio Rush in control on the outside of the ring. Throwing some chops. Michael Campbell, good to see ya. Good to see ya. Roman Tate on the win. Tate on win. There you go. Perry for the win. When is NXT going on the road? Supposed to start, guys. And will TNA be joining them? I imagine TNA is going to be in and out as much as we've seen it already. Crispin, I believe they officially go on the road for the October 1st and the October 8th shows. I don't know how much they're going to stay out on the road or how much they're going to do it in 2025. But yeah, we're looking at October, the beginning of October, the first 2 shows. They're stacking them. Next week's is huge. And the week after is the one with Punk. The week after that, Randy Orton. So we got some really cool shit coming out of NXT right now. Bum, bum, bum. Who else we got? Poor Leo against this massive man. Yeah, we finally got Jack Perry to be a big guy. What's up, Paul? Appreciate it. Denisha, welcome back. Philip, good to see ya. I need 6 people. Go get me 6 people. I need 6 people to get to 150. Let's go. I have a question for you, KJ. If the Wyatts are done with their feud, it's possible that they aren't. Who do they go next? That's a very good question, Tristan, and I don't want to go too far into this. A lot of it's speculation. I think it has to be done with Chad Gable. What more can you do after that street fight, after that massacre? A lot of people loved it, got a lot of praise for it. Again, you can do a street fight, you can do a hardcore fight, and still make it make sense. So I did appreciate it. I thought it was a wonderful match on Monday, and for my money, now they got to up the ante. Are they going after, somebody more relevant? Is there another group out there that they can kind of turn their focus on? I can't see it being Karrion Kross and crew. I don't love that idea. It could really stale out. Oh, wait a minute. All right, Action Andretti trying to get involved. Everybody remember when Jericho put that kid over and made his career? It's okay. It's okay, Jericho. You try. MDB having a chuckle. Taylor and Travis broke up. Are you surprised? Did that really happen? I haven't heard that, but I'm not shocked. Paul, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I mean, bold to, you could have said more, but no, we appreciate you. Thank you for being here. As Jack Perry. So again, weird little things. And you tell me if you think I'm being picky in the chat. I praise this match. I was excited for this match because I thought it could be kind of fun. How many times in wrestling have you seen the babyface's friend get kicked out of ringside? It's not usually a thing. Rare. But there goes Action getting kicked out. Action getting involved. It's rare that the babyface has a friend at ringside fucking with the heel. Jack Perry's supposed to be this awful, awful heel. Why is he getting fucked with? Luke Perry Jr. against Gion Ruff. There you go. I'll accept that, Spaz. Learning Tree in action tonight. Oh, good. I instantly felt acid reflux in my throat. Thank you. Thank you, Dale. Thank you. AEW needs Kenny Omega and Ricky Starks on the show. Ricky Starks, I don't believe we'll ever see in AEW again. Kenny, I have no idea. Spanish Fly! Big Spanish Fly, folks. But, yeah, I want to see Kenny come back. But I have no idea what his status is. And I feel like, I don't know if I'm crazy. I just feel like the injuries in AEW take forever. Where's Adam Cole? How long has he been out? Did he just like shatter every bone in his leg, foot, toes, all of it? Jack's got Leo up, torpedo into the corner. Off the middle turnbuckle. WWE's partnership hurting TNA. Scott D'Amore fired Giselle Shaw. Quit Killer Kelly pregnant. Kylan King still out. Tasha Steele don't get used. Jordan leaving. Josh Hammerstone leaving in February. Not good. I completely disagree, Michael. The relationship between WWE and TNA is not hurting TNA. It's exposed a lot of people to TNA. There's a lot of fans out there that didn't know who Jordan Grace was earlier in this year. The fact that Killer Kelly got pregnant has nothing to do with the WWE. Scott D'Amore leaving happened before. Giselle leaving, I think, more ties to the fact that she's very loyal to Scott. Hammerstone or Jordan leaving at the end of their contracts could have happened anyway. Josh Alexander might be leaving. He's going to test free agency. Nothing but good and positive things have come from the WWE partnership with the WWE. And that's it. And so, unfortunately, I disagree with that take. Poor Leo got that one. As we got a poison Rana. Michael, that's not true. There you go. Agrees with me. Taz, stupid change your move. As I don't know what that was, but holy shit. Perry pops rush. Fingers up. Big knee. Too many people using running knees, guys. 3, it's over. There's too many people in wrestling using the running knee. But decent match. Not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. And thank you for 150. Can I be greedy? Can we get to 2? Can we get to 200? We're so early. We're at 150 so early. Can we get it up? Let's see. White 6 should go after Logan Paul. I don't know about that. I'm not sure if I know about that. Anyone else watching Logan Paul and Kevin Nash have it out? That's been fun. But we go to the announce team after the opening match, folks. How do you feel about the start of Dynamite so far? I love what Moxley did. I thought the Christian thing was unnecessary. The backstage thing didn't make sense. Ospreay should have been the guy in the ring. Christian should have been the guy in the back. Just my opinion. And an okay match out of Perry and Leo. I thought it would be a little more exciting, but not bad. Still to come tonight, a tag team gauntlet match. Could MCMG be in that? We can't find him. We can't find him. Jordan Miles should smile more. There you go. Let's get a party going when it's time to party. I know what that is. We will always party. Party hard, party hard, party hard. Let's go. I never thought we would reference Andrew WK so much. But Perry's already in the back, and people like me are crucified in this life. You know, truthfully, I lean towards She Is Beautiful a little bit more. And Perry back on the short bus, and out he goes. There you go. Jack Perry leaving for the night. My work here is done, says Jack Perry. And see, I don't hate Jack Perry's gimmick. I don't hate the chip on his shoulder. And it's kind of like a Dom thing of like, you can say like, oh, if it wasn't for his dad, we wouldn't even know him, or he doesn't deserve it. He's just friends with the Bucks. But that all ties into this, the why you would hate him. You just have to give him better, like a really good story to deal. Like if Daniel Garcia was going after Jack Perry, Danny's getting cheers, Jack Perry's getting boos. You could have a multiple, match rivalry. That to me works, but they're not doing it. I want them to do it. As we go back to the house burning down and the all-out match. Again, one of the most debated matches I've ever been a part of since starting this channel. I've never seen a match this polarizing. And I hate to break it to the hardcore AEW fans. From my observation, there was more people that didn't like it than did. And I did a lot of observing, of reaction, seeing other streamers react, listening to other people. But Hangman's in the house. Hangman going after that belt, but now Moxie's going after Danielson. So we're a little confused. Philip, we have optimism that it won't. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get back to 150, folks. You see Sean O'Malley wreck Logan Paul's son in sparring. His son looks odd. Does it surprise you, Unbroken? He's a funny looking dude. No challenger for Jack Perry. You can't even challenge him. He just leaves the building. He's done here. Okay. I meant every word. I meant every bruise. Hangman doing his thing, guys. I don't mind this. That was dull. Fair enough. I don't know what I said, but thank you. Nash and Paul is a work. Do you think it's a work? I know wrestling fans are skeptical, but I don't think it is. They seem like so opposites. Like, I could understand that Kevin Nash feels exactly the way he said he did, and I can understand that Logan Paul feels exactly the way he said he did. So if it's a work, it's a really good work. Who has the best mid-card talent, WWE, TNA, or AEW? I mean, again, it depends how you look at it. Like right now, mid-card in WWE, you have Braun Breaker, Jey Uso's the #1 contender. The U.S. title's LA Knight. Oh, Hangman just lays out. Who did he knock down? Some random. Now he's eyeballing Top Flight. So Hangman's just pissed off at the world, folks. Oh, his old buddies. Don't keep Adam Page away from the Dark Order. Please. Jeff Jarrett, finally. Keyshawn. Click for life. Let's go. The Outlaw versus the Cowboy, folks. This is what I've been waiting for this. What's up, Kira? How you doing? Dawn, and I think I said hello to you. I like Renee, but she always looks bored during interviews. I like Renee a lot. Good old Canadian girl. I watched her come up through the ranks like Jackie Redmond. So big fan, big fan. I think she does a pretty good job engaging. I think sometimes she just doesn't know what to do because whatever's happening is kind of ludicrous. How do you guys feel about this? Finally. And there he goes, throwing punches. Yeah, if they do Jarrett and Hangman at Grand Slam or Wrestle Dream, I'm in. The Outlaw versus the Cowboy. As Jay Lethal comes to his aid, everyone else kind of folds in. But Adam Page is still completely obsessed with Swerve. At least that's what your lead commentator is telling me. So who knows? KJ, do you think what happened at All Out will ruin Fox opportunity? I don't know, man. It's a risk. And I heard other experts that I take a lot of opinion from and people that I respect in the industry that have done this way more than I have. And a lot of them said this week, it's a risk that you didn't need to take. The spot wasn't that worth it. As right now, I got Private Party coming out to the ring. As we are going to get the tag team gauntlet match, I assume. Private Party's coming out with Alex Abrahantes as well. No, wait, is this a trios match? What is happening here? Will it affect the opportunity? I hope not. Because AEW having issues. Now, rumor is they're that close to signing this, and I can't imagine that Tony went live in Chicago and said, like, we're right there if they weren't right there. Unless it was a negotiation tactic of some way, shape, or form. I don't know. And again, if AEW is going to end up on Fox, it has to be FS1. The opening match had a guy running around with his fingers in the air. If it's on Fox, it's going to be black a lot. We've all watched the blackouts. You can't have a sign. You can't do anything. And Fox itchy on that censor finger, not figure. What is, the BCC's here. Jon Moxley, Pac, Marina. Okay. Claudio trying to pick up this little guy. I don't know what match was supposed to be happening, an unadvertised match. Now we know why it's unadvertised. Commander and Private Party Dream match. This is actually a better outcome. So Jon Moxley's here, folks, with the BCC. Marina choking out this man hard. Pac's got a mic. Let's go. I guess Private Party is, yeah. Why is Private, like I got Private Party on like the tag team visual because I assume they'd be in the tag team match. AEW is broken. I'm going to compliment them in a second here, guys. I'm going to tell you why I like this. All Out was inevitable. BCC Detroit. Yes, thank God. Nobody wanted to see the match that was supposed to happen. Gin juice and tequila. Marina can show. Nice. Hey. Got to go through Roddy for that one, buddy. Marina's done so well on the independents. They clearly meant it when they said it. Good. I've been seeing y'all reaction on other channels. Glad I can watch live and subscribe. Sip God, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. We love doing this. We watch more live wrestling than everybody else. I know I say it 20 times a stream, but it's true. And we appreciate you for joining us. And shout out to all those that include us in the reactions. We are honored and flattered. Okay, Moxley. Okay, so it's like Moxley's still looking for, but part of the group left. I'd like to see them leave altogether. But the fact, I'll tell you what I did like. Moxley cut the opening show promo, right? I thought that was solid. Instead of getting in the ring and having Moxley talk more, they let Pac talk. And I thought that was good. A new voice. And Pac's good with a mic. At one point, Pac was the biggest villain in all of wrestling. And he was underutilized, and he walked out of that company that underutilized him, as he should have. I would have been pissed off too. But to give the group multiple voices keeps it more interesting. But Moxley's still looking for Darby. But I guess AEW's broken. So they're kind of going with like the outsiders vibe, but they're insiders. I don't know. What do you think, folks? How do you feel about it? Is anyone a bigger mark for themselves than Moxley? Chris Jericho, the Bucks, Tony Khan. Moxley's a mark. Like, I don't dislike Moxley. I just feel like Moxley, like this feels like something a little bit different for Mox. I think sometimes Moxley thinks he's more fucking of a artist. Like Moxley thinks he's like the Van Gogh of wrestling. He's gonna cut his fucking ear off. But I don't. I just felt like Moxley being the wild thing had gotten old. So we'll see. I kind of liked Bloodline wrecking NXT last night. They deserved it for those basketball jerseys. The Bloodline doing what they did last night made a lot of sense. Remember, and I kind of debated this with my buddy Steve today. You got to remember, and we are on commercial break, folks. We are still rolling on. Jon Moxley and his crew just wiped out a trios match that nobody wanted to see. Pac said AEW's broken. We're here to fix it. And again, if you thread this through the whole show, good job. Back to this. You got to remember that was supposed to be Fraxium versus the Rascals. Last minute, the Rascals can't go, so they tap the Street Profits. The Street Profits are on deck. They jump in. So now you're in a position where the NXT champions aren't going to lose. That's an untold story. They're not going to lose the belts to the Street Profits. The Street Profits shouldn't probably lose to Fraxium. How do we get out of it? Well, the Street Profits have had issues with the Bloodline. The Bloodline shows up, wrecks house, and it was badass. It was fucking excellent. Thank you, Mox. Did he say the company is arse? Mark Jackson. Are you related to the other Jacksons? But yeah, that's hilarious. They cut the dead. Very good. I hope this doesn't turn into Sting versus NWO. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm really curious. Like, are they trying to recruit Darby or do they want to beat up Darby? That becomes the question. Does it start of like, listen, AEW is broken. We need your help. We want you a part of this. I relate to you, kid. Me and you are kind of the same. And Darby says no, and then it becomes an issue. But if they're going to need somebody to take them on, it's not going to be the Elite. And if it is Elite, nobody gives a fuck. But the Elite aren't going to put themselves in that position. As we go back to the parking lot, and here comes the asshole known as the Learning Tree with Brian Keith. The man is trying to fucking trademark hi guys. Fucking idiot. And the Redwood, the big Oakster. Hi, guys. John Moxley's chewing his gum like Coach O'Shea. I like it. The Redwood and the Bad Apple. Oh, this guy makes me sick. Yeah. Yo, he went back to the old jacket, so the Jericho OC rivalry continues. Woo! I have the exact same school bag, though. Jan Sports. Oh, good. More Jericho later tonight. So more talent does not get TV time because Jericho can't stay the fuck home forever. The worst part of the fucking show. It makes you want to turn it off. It fucking sucks. And the other two are so much better than him. But apparently tonight, we're going to find out what is in Orange Cassidy's backpack. And I could give no fucks. Zero. Zilch. Nada. None. As here comes Ricochet. I love it. Sammy versus Ricochet up next. Yes, sir. What's up, Paul? How you doing? Bama Beard, welcome back. Wait a minute. You ragged on backpacks last night. I just don't care what's in them. And I didn't care about the backpack. I just don't care. I didn't care about that one. I don't care about this one. I just don't care. I'm an equal opportunist when it comes to backpacks. Anybody curious? What has he got? Like a big rubber, toy? Like what is in the bag? Right? What's in the bag? What's in the bag? Yeah, we're not done. Jericho and OC apparently aren't done. Jericho's wearing his orange stained fucking $2,000 jacket. But yeah, no hate for the backpack. I just don't care. Jericho segment already. Yeah, a segment to tell us he's going to have a segment. I'm not looking forward to Jericho versus OC. Nobody is. Nobody. And that's been debated a lot this week. Again, when you have people paying for all this money for pay-per-views and showing up, and you give them shit that we know there's talent there, Tony. We know you got a lot of people in the back that we would rather watch than Chris fucking Jericho. If Ricky Starks was the leader of this faction, it could be your top heel faction in your entire fucking company. However, you got this fucking middle life mess in my fucking eyeballs every fucking week. And it's fucking bad. It's not good. I don't care. And I don't care how much you're a tribalist. I've seen a lot of AEW fans that don't like this shit. It's fucking bad. Okay, two guys that have been in this company for 5 years from day fucking one that just need to take a break. Not forever. Are now going to fight each other. Are now back in a program. Been there, done that, sick of it. Bum, bum, bum. All right, folks, get in there. Let me know who you're taking. Remember, we take a prediction on every single match, and we take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. So stick around and let me know how you felt about the show. Richard, we can't be friends if you say stuff like that. Bathroom break. I love Darby to join Moxley and turn heel. I wanted Darby to turn heel and retire Sting, and it would have launched him. But TK is a nice guy. He wanted that heart moment. Where's the villain Marty? Marty's out there somewhere, guys. And I'm not going to get into it. You can Google it. But we may never see him in a mainstream wrestling ring ever again. What do you think about the show tonight? Interesting start. There's good and bad in this. I don't hate it, to be honest. I like the Moxley stuff. I'm getting into the Moxley stuff. But the opening match was a little meh. But Ricochet and Sammy off and running, wasting no time. Big pop for Ricochet. Ricochet, yep. Sammy got 0 pop again. Another one of Tony's little buddies. And Sasha must have taken the week off because Sammy's here. MDB's favorite Irish wrestler. Love it. Rick O'Shea. And Ricochet getting some love. Miro will be great in the Moxley faction. I don't think you ever see Miro come back to AEW. I could be wrong. I don't know. But that man seems to be avoiding AEW like the plague. And the previous stories were he was turning down, like, they were coming to him with ideas, and he was saying, nope, that doesn't work for me, brother. I'm going back to Bulgaria. Bye-bye. Still to come tonight, Grand Slam. Tag gauntlet. Ricochet up and over. Let's go. Big pop for Ricochet because he's in the home state. Yeah, I mean, that might add to the pop, MDB, but let's be real. Ricochet was a big signing. I still stand on business, man, that they didn't do Ricochet as well as I think they could have. I would have loved the opportunity to book Ricochet. Bringing him into the gauntlet at All In just to be in the match for 3 minutes made no sense. He wasn't even on All Out. How do you not find a match for your big signee? Like, if he's such a big fucking deal, how did you not find something for him to do? But that's me. Considering how shitty some of the matches were at All In, or All Out, I can't believe that you can find something for Ricochet to do. And this is, again, I'm excited for this match as Sammy's standing on the tunnel. Moonsault down. Yes, Sammy, we know you're crazy. Sammy grabbing his ankle. I don't think, no. That's the rule. Sammy's got to stay on Ring of Honor when Mercedes is on the show. As we go to picture, Ricochet down on the ramp, Sammy down on the ramp. The referee doesn't know how to count to 10, and we roll on, folks. I hope everyone out there is doing well. We are continuing to go. Don't forget, tomorrow we are back for the Dirt Sheet debate. We're going to talk about All Out. We are going to talk about Fox. We are going to talk about the Hell in a Cell finally announced. We're going to talk about all the wrestling. Myself, Nick, and Anthony will be here Friday. Another crazy Friday on the channel. We're back for that, and we got so much more coming your way. We're working on new shows, new content, new interviews, new. We even got a new look. So if you're new here, we thank you for joining us. If you're old here, we appreciate your time as always. But we are rolling along. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Nick did put it out on X. His birthday is next week, folks. So we want to get to 10K for Nick's birthday. So if anybody right now, 150 people in this chat, if you're a fan of Big Nick, you go find some friends, you take our link, you share it, and you see how close to 10K we could get for Nick's birthday. And remember, if we get to 10K, I'm going to live stream me getting a Wrestling for Life tattoo. I don't know why, but it sounds like a fun thing to do. I figure at 10K, we're locked in. So that's all going on at the channel. Don't forget, you can also get your F Meltzer shirt or any of our merchandise. Click the link below. We got hats, hoodies, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So make sure you check out all of that fun stuff. Right now, Sammy Guevara in control of Ricochet. They made it back to the ring in what seemed to be a 45 count. But what else we got going on? Miro, the new Hulk Hogan. Yeah, I mean, Miro's kind of been, again, I think as a wrestler, and people can say whatever they want, but keep in mind, one of the guys we talk about is one of the GOATs, arguably on most people's Mount Rushmore. Steve Austin refused to drop the belt to Brock Lesnar and stayed home for 6 months because the booking didn't make sense. And that's what I think Miro's done. I think Malachi Black's done it a couple times. It's not about taking the loss. It's about make it make sense. If I'm going to go out there and I'm going to take an L to Jack Perry or Darby Allin and I'm fucking 6 times his size, make it make sense. So I think it's their way of protecting who they are. But if too many people have creative control in this company, it's an issue. It really is an issue. Tony Khan should bring the Hulk Hogan, Goldberg, Ryback. Oh yeah, just bring all the fucking disasters. Like a collective. That's like the fucking Mount Rushmore of wrestling assholes. AEW TV light or are too dark? AEW TV light are too dark. The lights are too dark. They lower the lights so you can't notice the empty spots. And I'm not being hateful. That's fact. They bring down the lights so you can't see the upper bowl. Ricochet was trained by Chuck Taylor. I guess it wouldn't take him long to teach him everything he knows. See money, that's funny. Yeah, Chucky had a hand in it. There's a long relationship there. And again, remember, Ricochet did his rounds on the indies. Miro's still in AEW. As far as I know, he's still under contract. Mac be killing. I like it. Alexander Abrahantes destroying the ratings. One of my favorite guys in wrestling, Lisa. I love Alex Abrahantes. Part of me hoped that if Penta and Phoenix were getting out, that Alex would get out too. My friends are scared of Nick. Oh, that's funny. I like it. And he's a big softy too. That's what the best part is. Mac, don't spam. I didn't see spam. Oh, Kelly Klein. AW is the new WWC or WCW. In a lot of ways, there's been comparables, Mac. There really has. Again, I don't want it to be like that. But when you have the nepotism, the favoritism, the creative control, when you are not producing a show as good as it could be based on the talent you have on your roster, it does feel a little WCW-ish, right? Again, fair comparable. But they are back on the ramp. We can't stay in the ring. Back body drop. KJ, wouldn't it make sense if BCC is running around doing whatever they want? Don't you think they should have a run-in with the elite? Remember last week they crossed paths. And John Moxley told Jack Perry he was cute and left. Like, that's what, again, you're right. But it doesn't make any sense. The heels have been, the elite have been uber heels as Ricochet. Nice spot at the stairs. Jumping off the guardrail. Front flip into Sammy Guevara and back in the ring. But yeah, I don't think so, because if you send the BCC after the elite, you'll kill it, because nobody gives a fuck about the elite. Nobody's like, oh, don't beat them up. On the contrary, there's a big collective out there that would rather them get the shit kicked out of them. So I don't know. I think this is like what the elite was trying to do is now what Moxley's doing. The elite were trying to take over the show, and they fucked it up by being playful. They treat AEW Dynamite like an episode of BTE, and it doesn't translate. The broader audience doesn't get their shit. They're not in on their inside jokes. They don't give a fuck about the elite the way the elite give a fuck about the elite. Roll up by Sammy, 2 count. Athena versus Shaw for the Ring of Honor. Yes, that was announced. Maple Leaf Pro in my backyard, just down the road, actually. But yeah, no, Maple Leaf Pro has a 2-night event in October. I believe we are going to be here for it. Wow! Into a destroyer! The crowd claps. Shoulder into the gut. Up goes Sammy. Up goes Sammy. Caught her from the top. Down goes Ricochet. But yeah, I'm very excited with what Scott D'Amore is doing with Maple Leaf Pro. We are hoping to cover it. Again, we will be covering more Progress Wrestling as well. Guys, we legitimately watch more pro wrestling than anybody else out there. And again, we can't wait. October is a busy month for this channel. That's why we're going to take a little bit of breather over the next little bit here. Catch our breath. We went like 21 days straight in August into September. But yeah, you do not want to miss a minute. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, click that little bell. You have no idea where we're going to pop up, and we're trying to bring you more and more and more content. Big knee by Sammy. A good match. We knew it was going to be good, and it is. Why for a weekly show do you jump like this? Chair, you're going to have to expand on that thought. Me or the wrestlers? What? Wow, scissor kick on the back of the head. Holy shit. KJ, did you... The intensity from Ricochet is good tonight. It's nice to see Ricochet not just all smiles. Ooh. Into like a Michinoku driver-ish and gets the win. Wow, the ending came out of nowhere. Bit of a clunky finish, but what a match. That was a fun match. Ricky and Morty always go over it. Let's go. Hulk Hogan signed a legend. Yeah, again. He's yeah, the fact, whatever. It is what it is. We don't have to get into that putt. Mortis! What the fuck? Mortos. Like the fucking, like Fructose, the fresh maker. What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? Every time I praise this company, I feel like they got to walk around behind me and stick it in a little. We the best music. Let's go. 2-0, 2-0. As Sammy, with a babyface move, runs off Mortos, as fucking asshole behind the counter called him. Beast Mortos. Like anybody, yeah, who booked this? You're like, it was a big deal that Ricochet chose to leave WWE. He did not have to. And came to AEW. And you give us nothing. Mortos? Are you fucking kidding me? How do the tribalists even begin to defend this? Help me understand. You have all this fucking, we're the best wrestle. Well, Mortis isn't one of the best, guys. Help me. If you're listening to my voice right now, help me understand. How the fuck does it make any sense that Mortos, shows up and fucks with Ricochet, your big signing? More toast, yeah. I keep yelling like this, I'm going to smell burnt toast. Fuck's sake. Afterbirth. Yeah, it was a fucking abortion, to be honest. That is a nice mask. It's a nice mask. It's a nice mask. As we are getting a replay of the street fight, which was one of my favorite matches from All Out. I know I took a lot of heat for shitting on the main event, but that was a great match between the two women. Way better than the other women's match. Death match. Yeah, again. We'll have a falls count anywhere, lights out, fucking syringe battle. I think AEW is working a Ricochet versus Bruv. Does it look like it though, Gilly? Gilly, we talk about production a lot. So whoever produced this, does it feel like Ricochet versus Bruv? Who did Ricochet just get beat up by? And if the answer is, well, they're not ready for Ricochet Bruv yet. Fine. Why Mortos? Why? The guy with the shit on his head. Why? This is a Rampage dude. Help me. KJ and Big Nick and Anthony. Kevin gives Wrestling for Life 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. I love it. Thank you, sir. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the compliments. And again, big shout out to Big Nick. Big shout out to Anthony. Hope they are doing well. I haven't seen Anthony here tonight or Boston, or maybe they're just together. Are they preoccupied? I don't know what's up. 2 matches in for Ricochet. That much better, or just able to lay his shit in with smaller guys. That's my concern. And again, now he's going to advance on and fight Mortos? Really? As ladies and gentlemen, we are in commercial break. Ricochet picked up a win. And listen, if you're just tuning in, you're like, this guy hates AEW. I was just praising it. I really liked the Sammy Ricochet match. I thought it was a really good match. I don't know how anybody in this fucking chat can justify Mortos coming out and fucking with Ricochet. Like the jobbery of jobber guys is now taking on your biggest, newest free agent signing. Come on. It doesn't take a genius. any fucking asshole with a pen and a piece of paper can fucking come up with something better than that. You guys go fucking look through the AEW roster right now. I guarantee you come up with 50 names before you come up with more toes. Mercedes is probably not here due to Guevara. Facts, Lisa. I think that's part of the stipulation. So Moxley and co are trying to take over AEW. Does that mean the Elite are done doing that? Richard, story continuity. Yes. It feels like the Elite just gave up on it. One of the biggest things that you've ever done as a company was have Tony Khan take a Meltzer driver, have Tony's dad come out because, you know, everyone when they're 41, their dad comes to check on them, make sure they're okay after they get beat up in a fight. Regardless, it went nowhere. It went nowhere. Where was the big, like, oh, we had an Anarchy in the Arena match, and then we had another match, and then we went, that was it. So, yeah, I guess another group. So, apparently, a big portion of the AEW roster hate the company they work for. The Elite don't like it. The BCC don't like it. You're right. And these are the little details that when you sit down and when the fans say, KJ, you just hate this show. No, I'm frustrated with stupid, like not having the foresight. As Okada's here, so we got Jack Perry, we got Okada, we haven't seen the Bucks, and none of them are together. KJ, Mortis is a huge superstar from TNA. No. I know who Mortis is. I've watched Mortis for years. He and Rico is going to be a 5-star banger. So enjoy it. It doesn't make sense, Michael. It's fucking shit. I don't care. And yeah, they probably will have a good match bell to bell. But again, if you signed Ricochet for all this money just to have a series of indie spot matches, you're wasting my fucking time with it. And people will lose interest because there's only so many times you can watch the car crash before you start asking, how did we get to the car crash? Again, there has to be more to it. I've watched Mortis for years. I have no worry about him performing, but he is a job guy. He's been relegated to Rampage. And out of nowhere, he picks on, why can't Takeshita pick on him? Right? Takeshita Ricochet. Well, now we got Takeshita talking to Okada, which is beautiful, except Okada's a heel and Takeshita's got a heel manager in a heel faction. None of it's adding up. The puzzle pieces don't clip. But again, nobody can justify that you sign this fucking guy who's a superstar that's going to help this company get to the next level, and then you put him in a rivalry with a nobody. Huge superstar? I bet if you did an online poll, less than fucking 10% would know who the fuck he is. Dream match. Yeah, there we go. More toast. As here comes Darby Allin. Will the BCC come back, folks? Oh, good. Long-term booking. Ricochet, I'm not even a huge fan, but he's a champion in that company, 100%. And he should be fucking with champion caliber people. You are supposed to lift your guys up. Look what we saw last night with Julia. And again, we can debate this all day fucking long. But look what happened with Julia last night. She feels like a big deal. If you didn't know Julia before, you fucking know her now, and you want to see what she's going to do. She didn't come in and have a fight with nobody. They gave her Chelsea Green to introduce you to her, and her next match is the champion. Ricochet showed up in a gauntlet match. Nobody was even talking about Ricochet by the end of the gauntlet match. We were talking about Christian Cage. We were talking about everybody else but fucking Ricochet. Then he's not on the next pay-per-view at all. What the fuck? Why did that not happen? You shoved in all these multi-men matches into the pre-show. You couldn't have found a way to get Ricochet on the show. Now Ricochet gets a really good match with, as here comes Jon Moxley again. I like the new entrance. I like the new music. I like this a lot. And I know I'm mad about Ricochet because you're wasting. We're the best wrestle. That's great. You can argue that they have a phenomenal roster. But if this is what you continue to do and you're not bolstering your stars, if you're not amplifying them to make them feel like superstars, you're always going to draw flies. That's it. And you can't. Look at the building. Half empty. It's the way it is. And I don't want it to be that way anymore. I don't, guys. I don't. I was just praising it, but it makes no fucking sense. As Moxley and Marina come back out. Yeah, I read that one. Perry should have come back and attacked Ricochet. Perry would have made sense. I would have been okay with Perry. I would have been okay with Perry. I would have been okay with a list of fucking guys. But Mortos? What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. It's a waste of time. Wardlow, Hobbs, Brian Cage, Lashley will be a nice group to build come AEW. Yeah, except if you make that group, they got to dominate. They got to come in and destroy. Moxie's got a mic again. Interesting. Nothing has changed between me and you. What do you think, folks? That's enough, John. Dun, 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 the Dirt Sheet 3. There you go. Just sub spaz. I don't know what that means. I'm working backwards now, folks. Again, remember, we got the super chat, super stickers. $5. Thank you so much, Spaz. Predictions posted just now wherever you get your vids and pods. I'd love to see the whole Wrestling for Life Network community in my comment section. All love. Spaz, thank you for the super chat. And yes, go check them out. We will be here live, and tomorrow we will be doing a lot of predictions and talking about Victory Road as part of the Dirt Sheet debate. But we will be back on Friday. SmackDown and Victory Road and Rampage on Friday. Again, we just watch more wrestling than anybody should ever. Why is Okada's title being treated like the FTW title should be treated? I love the idea of Okada Takeshita. I love it. But you got to make the writing make sense. You got to make this fit. You got a heel Callis going after a heel Okada. Takeshita's somewhere in between. Darby. El Toro. Treating Okada like a nobody. Well, they just did that to Ricochet as well. Darby giving Johnny shit, by the way. I'm late. But I thought the vitamin. It happens, my guy. Yeah, I'm with you. I want that match. Boston and Anthony are sitting in the balcony of AEW like a star. I like it. The two old fuckers. Mudcart wrestlers, that's perfect. Yeah, a little bit. The Young Clucks, because of their chicken legs. I like that one. Tony, welcome back. Wardlow, Hobbs, Brian Cage. Oh, I got that one. I just didn't say hello to you. Sorry. Mega, I don't think I said hi to you either yet tonight. Perry should, but I got that one. Plumber Mox. I like what Mox is doing, and I'm not even going to complain that they're actually threading him through the show tonight. What do you want, John? John just looks completely uninterested. I think Darby could use something. I think Darby could use a heel turn. Again, he's another guy that's been the same for like 5 years. So Moxie's saying you have a world title shot at Grand Slam, but it's not going to happen. The champion will not be there. The champion is indisposed. How do you guys feel about that? That they're going to take away Danielson versus Darby at Grand Slam, potentially. I want to see Ricochet take the TNT title and give me Ricochet versus Will Ospreay title for title. Listen, we are building towards Ricochet and Ospreay, and I understand that you might not want to give that away right away, and I recommended that they didn't. But Mortos is not the guy who wears green pants. You sound like everybody you hate in the back. I like this, guys. Oh, look who. Oh, look at it. Back-to-back Jacks. How adorable. Look at this. That's so cute. Okada rizzing up Mercedes is funny. Yeah, Okada's been kind of comical, which, again, you guys can decide if that's good or bad. Roll Tide, Wrestling for Life. I'm back in the chat. How do you feel after Swerve versus Hangman killing each other? Listen, I've been very critical of it. You can go see our reaction to it. I I thought the match was boring. And a lot of people have got mad at me. And usually what they do, instead of arguing with me about it or debating the merits of what they liked, they just call us names. So it doesn't go anywhere. At the end of the day, it was a boring match. And that's why I was mad about the spots. We are setting up to do GCW shows coming up. We've done XPW shows. We've done a lot of hardcore death match wrestlings. We watch the death match tournaments. We do them live. We're not squeamish. We're not chicken shit. We're not soft around here. But you have to do it in the context of a wrestling match. And I felt the match was a lot of walking around, a lot of no energy, a lot. That was my issue more than anything else. The needle spot, unnecessary, over the top, ridiculous, could turn off sponsors, could turn off viewers, especially in a world where there's a pandemic of drug issues. It's got to be smarter. But if you're going to do spots like that, make it action-packed. And I found like it was a very slow match. I was bored. Oh, great. They're stapling each other. As Moxley does a little bend to Darby. Is that it? Tonight's slowly becoming the night of blue ball fucking promos. But that was my issue more than anything else, Roll Tide, is I thought it was boring. I thought it was boring. And then you did ridiculous shit in addition to it being boring. People talking about it was exciting. It wasn't. Just because there was a couple spots. It wasn't an action-packed match. It was, it's my turn to do stupid shit to you. Now it's your turn to do stupid shit to me. And I've challenged anybody out there, including the man with the digital car that says everything he can to save this company and save face with the fan base. I've challenged everybody to talk to me about it. They won't. They'll just call you names from a distance or go do their little, oh, I didn't like it. Because that's how they, degrade other people's opinion. They can't come up with a mature counter. But go back and watch that match. The crowd was quiet for a lot of it. Well, we go to the back. Christopher Daniels is here. Why does Perry get so much hate? Dude has been doing great. I've given him love. I like what he's doing. I think it should be Jack Perry versus like a Daniel Garcia as Nigel's here. Oh, Nigel interrupting the interview and wants to talk to Daniel. Christopher Daniel. This show's been a little scattered. The most drama-free pillar. True. As right now, it's Funaki. Funaki got a bigger pop than a lot of things that have happened. I was pumped. But right now, Excalibur is acknowledging and talking about the fact that we are on September 11th today, 23 years ago, man. And I still vividly remember exactly where I was when it happened. It's crazy that 23 years has passed. But here comes Mariah May, as she will take on Queen Aminata. Can really tell how empty it is. That's it. Again, as an AEW fan, that's my concern. If you're booking Ricochet and Mortis, you're world champion against Aminata. Yeah, I mean, again, but you're not making any stars. You're not giving anybody a reason to buy tickets. And I'm not talking about AEW versus WWE at all, guys. I'm talking about AEW versus AEW. Go watch clips from 2022. Go watch the old stuff. Go watch when Punk showed up. Go watch when Adam Cole showed up or Danielson and how packed those old buildings were. How much they packed those buildings, and the fan base was rabid. And some fans out there can't admit that that's dissipated. Heel Darby, yeah. I really, really wish that Darby would have retired Sting. I really wish they would have done that. It would have been a lot better for me. Bum, 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 bum. Who still watches AGT and MTV? Hurt Business should go to TNA, not AEW. I agree. Again, If you take the Hurt Business to TNA, you get matchups with the system. You got Macklin, Moose, you got Hammerstone, who we saw last night on NXT. You got a lot of big bodies. I mean, again, if the Hurt Business walked through the door in AEW, should they not just run over everybody? Who's going to stand up to Bobby Lashley? Jack Perry? The Elite? The Bucks? Who? Ooh, I'll wait. AEW ratings have been down tonight, and Stuart Shop opened. There you go. There you go. There are all kinds of reasons why AWTC ratings keep dropping. Again, and a lot of people in the fan base don't want to admit it. And again, they'll see something like a needle through the cheek and go, oh my God. But again, if that's what it takes to make you think a wrestling match is good, you're fucking up. 2 count. We're off and running, folks. Get your predictions in. As I still haven't closed the last one. How did it 70% only take Ricochet? That's silly. I'm not even going to do a poll for this one. We all know that Aminata is not winning, so we'll just keep going. But yeah, get your predictions in. May for the win. Okada, yeah, 100%. I want that. Keep Don Callis away from this shit. But Okada to Takeshita should absolutely burn. Mariah May for the win. They need to go to small arenas. They do. They 100% do. And it's sad because once upon a time they were selling out places in Chicago. They were selling out places in New York. And I know the fan base doesn't want to admit it. And the same people that were making a mess. Oh, wow. Big move by Aminata. And a kick to the chest. But I said it on Saturday, folks. The people that jump online and the fans and the Meltzers that just can't admit that there's anything wrong with AEW, that will defend it at all costs, to the point where even Brian Alvarez sounds like the voice of fucking reason. That becomes the problem. And when you do a match like you did, and not just that match, when the overall pay-per-view only had really 2 really good matches on it, maybe 3, you're not delivering to the fan base. And the small pocket of sickos can say whatever they want, but you're selling less tickets, less people are tuning in. What do? What happens if the ticket sales continue to dwindle? What happens if you don't get a TV deal? What happens if people stop buying the merch, if they stop tuning in altogether? At what point, at what level does your year-to-year growth going the wrong direction resonate with you? And at what point do you try and right the ship? Because if you think this is excellent, you're in the minority. You are a small pocket, and that's a problem. Elite Warfare got made for the win. That's an obvious one, I think. A lot of ways. Yeah. If you want to get good merch, go to our store. As we go to picture in picture, Mariah May is in control of the queen on the outside. I will remind everyone, tonight we still have a gauntlet match coming up for tag team #1 contendership. What else we got coming up tonight? We got a bunch of other things. But facts, what did MD say? Let's go back. Mega, May for the win. I feel AEW is going the route of WWF, wanted to go for shock and awe style wrestling. Yeah, to an extent. But again, if it's all shock and all awe, it's going to wear off. It's going to wear off. It always does. Ask Vince Russo. If you're always fucking going for the easy heat or the easy pop, it will wear off. Fans will get sick of it. 100%. I always leave going not a bad Dynamite, but nothing to grab onto. I agree. Wardlow versus Bobby Lashley. Is Wardlow coming back? Where's Wardlow? Right? The minute this match comes on, the numbers dip. My numbers dip. It's frustrating as a fan. TK will put it. Oh, why? You're going to go Bobby versus what? Mortos? Bobby versus what? Top Flight? What are you going to do? We just saw what they're doing to Ricochet. If I was a wrestler right now and I'm looking at my career and I see what they're doing to guys like Ricochet and other signings that have come in and been nothing, Deonna Purrazzo, what happened to that poor lady? Are you willing to trust Tony Khan with your career? That's an interesting question. And I think that's why you're going to see people like Ricky Starks, Wardlow, and others jump ship. I think Takeshka's gone the minute he can leave. WTC started being built the same year we made 911 a national. Okay, really cool, really cool. That's because AEW was a new product and he knew has luster. But any business, if anyone out there's run a business, 5 years, you got the first 5 years are a grind. You're at 5 years. But at that point, you should have an established market. You should have established a fan base. You saying it lost its luster, why did it lose its luster? Again, products you'll have fluctuations. But year over year, should you not up yourself? I run a fucking YouTube channel, and month to month to month, our numbers increase every single month. If we start going the opposite direction, would we as a channel not question what we're doing? So the idea that the luster wore off, to me, the onus is on the people making the decisions. And the fact that it's you've gone down to the bare bones. When you're down to 600,000 people, when you're an NXT number, wait till you see what happens in Chicago and St. Louis with NXT. NXT is going to blow the doors off those buildings. They're going to be stacked and packed. But any business is looking to grow month over month, week over week, year over year. I know if my company was doing, 30% of what it did 2 years ago, I'd have some real problems. And that's what people have to remember. I'm working in Tucson the day they sent us home. I was in high school. It was a weird day, but I was at home when it happened. But it was really weird. And remember, I'm Canadian, so it was like an echoing an echoing vibration as far as how everything played out. But you understood the magnitude of it all, and it's such an odd day. It's so hard to put into context. Yeah, I'm with you, MDB. Huge Katy Perry fan. Her things are thangin'. Lots of people see AGT and MTV shows. A lot of people see. Okay. You might want to break that down for me. If you're telling me that the people are tuning into AGT and MTV instead of this, again, if you have, you should be. I don't want that. That's not where we're going to go with it. I hope Shane buys AEW. Won't happen, Juan. I know a lot of people have brought up Shane buying it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It is not for sale. This is Tony's toy box. It's not going anywhere. As Mariah May gets a 2 count. Well, I'm back. All right. For a women's title match, shouldn't Mariah May open or close the show? Why is she still in the same place on the card like any other match? It's a fair argument. And I'm a proponent of not every title match has to be a main event. Most of them should. There's excuses and reasons why you don't have to do it. But does this match feel special? We watched NXT last night. We watched some really good women's wrestling match. How does this match compare? Right? What would you be more excited about? Mariah May versus Aminata, or Rosemary versus who did we get last night? Jordan Grace, or even fucking Wendy Chu would make this a better show. Fuck's sake. Yeah, never happening. I won't hurt the cons at all. I agree with you, and I'm not saying it's going to go away or it's going to hurt. But if you want to be what you say you are, as Mariah May gets the pin, it's over. But if you are the true number 2 company, again, TNA is going to bypass them substantially if at this pace. And that's part of the reason why WWE wanted that partnership. At what point? Again, it's not about losing money, but you can have all the money you want in the bank. But if the buildings are empty, and people aren't buying tickets, and people aren't watching, how long does it last? That's my concern as a fan. Because if AEW goes away, we run the risk of going back to that wrestling monopoly that was boring as fuck. Mariah May in the ring with a mic. Crowd murmurs. She hasn't had a championship celebration. What happened to Mina? Remember they were showing Mina in the crowd all concerned? What happened to Mina? Oh, they sent her to Ring of Honor. My bad. Mina's over. Mina should be getting booked. Nope. Ring of Honor she goes. She still looks, yeah, you're not wrong. There you go, MDB. Do what MDB says. Like this stream. Let's go. As we're still flirting with 150. Who did she just ask to come back? Was that Mina? Okay, so she is calling for Mina. Mina's there somewhere. Scorpio Sky, they did a random, like, remember they did like the hype package, like this random pre-tape for a vignette for Scorpio, and nothing. I don't know. I don't understand. Why Scorpio Sky hasn't found his way to TNA with Frankie, I have no idea. Bobby Lashley versus Hobbs? Maybe. Well, you go to the Bucks. And we're having audio issues. The greatest tag team division of all time, though we don't have tag team matches, and we haven't seen the tag team champs defend the belt more than, what, twice? We're having slight audio issues, but I can understand what they're saying. Is the gauntlet the main event? I don't know. It's starting to look like it. If all the wrestlers you don't see AEW started their own wrestling promotion, it'd be pretty fucking good. Think about it. Hobbs, Wardlow, Ricky Starks, Malachi Black, Buddy Murphy, Butcher and the Blade. Look at all the talent they have that could just be a secondary company. It's insane. But we got the Bucks and Jericho, so everything's great. Be real. Be real. Just be honest. I don't give a fuck how much you love AEW. You haven't watched more AEW than I have. I don't care. All I want is the show to make sense and the show to be better and the buildings going back to being packed. I want to see the buildings full. I want to see the fan base going crazy. But if you book with your heart, Tony, and not your brain, we're all fucked. Yeah, there is no tag team division. There's no trios division. None. I was in my 20s, loving life. So a little bit older than me, ABJ. I would have been grade 12. I might have been on my victory lap, actually. Can you call what they have a crowd, or is it more of a gathering? Yeah, it's crazy. It's starting to feel like the pandemic days where it was just the wrestlers in the crowd. It's starting to get that small. LOL, the Bucks. Yeah, no shit. Willie, welcome. It's true when Becky or Bucks say they're the tag team division. Yes. Willie, I agree with that. I like that you said that. You're right. They are it for better or for worse. Feels like for worse. But they are the division. Just like when they said, what would they say? Like half the roster isn't here because of us. Yeah, you're right. So again, if this is just Tony Khan's vanity project and you're going to do his own thing, fine. Just stop bragging about how amazing you are and how over this is and da-da-da. You don't see the guys running GCW jumping on Twitter being like, best wrestling company in the world. Like, you don't, because they know their lane and they stay in it and they do a really good product. They do them. Same thing with TNA. You don't see TNA taking pot shots like, at AEW or WWE, like, oh, fuck you guys. You don't. It's just Tony. Just Tony. So if that's what this is, let it be it. Because every time you guys come out and say and do stupid shit, and you got fans out there that just have completely drank the Dave Meltzer Kool-Aid, the Meltzer moles out there, it's bad. It's bad. And that's what frustrates me. AEW got a pandemic crowd post-pandemic. Facts. That's it. That's what it's feeling like. And the old crowd had more energy because they were wrestlers. Right? Can we send another tag team we never use? The Guns. Can we put them back in the crowd? They were fucking awesome. They had so much energy in the crowd. I want to see GYV versus the Bucks. I would, again, sure. I don't want to see anything with the Bucks anymore. And the Bucks only do multi-man matches, gimmick matches. When was the last time the Bucks did a straight up one-on-one quality tag team match? Let me know. I'll listen. Who's gone to AEW and actually gotten more over than they already were? You got there hot and then you cool off. Everybody, again, that's a great question. And I will put that out to the chat. Please tell me I got two. I got two names that I think have done better in AEW than they did elsewhere. Two. One, Swerve Strickland. WWE dropped the ball with Swerve Strickland. And before they had a chance to fix it, he was gone. Swerve's been amazing. Toni Storm was treated like shit when she got to the WWE, cakes in the face and dumb shit. And look how well she's done. Outside of those two, who? I am the learning tree. So here come the learning tree. And we got a team in the ring already. Is there going to be a match? Oh, yeah, these assholes are in action. Perfect time to put this up on the screen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not putting a poll up for this match because it's stupid and I don't care. Were you a fan of the Bullet Club? I love the Bullet Club, parts of it. But I think what people have done, and like Meltzer, they've sensationalized members of the Bullet Club. And one of the weakest renditions of the Bullet Club were when the Bucks and that started getting in there and other people had moved on. When AJ left, when Finn left. Again, people from, people who really know Japanese wrestling and really paid attention to it would tell you the Bucks were mid-card guys. Kenny was the superstar. That's it. But being a fan of the Bullet Club and being a fan of the Elite when they came and started, that's why I watched. I've been watching from the beginning because the idea that they were going to do this was so exciting. And they failed to deliver. They are no different than the politicians you guys are watching debate on TV every other night. They are lying and they are under-delivering and still telling you that they're not. They are feeding you shit and telling you it's ice cream on a weekly basis. And they're holding this company back. Speaking of holding this company back, Jericho's wearing the orange fucking jacket in the ring. As he tries to get the fucking fans going. Hi, guys. Learning tree in a squash match. Yeah, except they're up against like fucking Iron Savages who are, look at the size of this guy. Got that one. Swerve and Tony, yes. Swerve and Malachi for like 6 months. And Malachi got buried. Malachi has been so completely, there was at one point, Malachi went over 350 days without a booking. That is fucked. Swerve, Pac. Pac has been hit and miss. Pac's getting heating up now, but Pac was used to a point pretty good in AEW. In WWE. He was winning matches. He ended up being top of that division. It's not, Pac's an interesting case. I like that, Bama, but Pac's been so stop and start. Injuries, COVID, visas. Yeah. Big Bill gets tagged in. Now this makes more sense. Big man on big man. Women of Wrestling is way. You know what's funny? I've watched a fair amount of WoW. Once in a while, it just pops up. I think what WoW does really well is the pacing of their shows. Match, pre-tape, promo, match, pre-tape, promo, match. Little bit of an angle, match. Like they're very streamlining on their show. They got 1 hour and they make it count. He's done great. How about Christian Cage? But Christian Cage was way bigger in TNA. Christian Cage was way bigger in the WWE. He's doing phenomenal, and he's one of the best in AEW, but he's not a bigger star in AEW. Hanging out with Nick Wayne and his mom has not made him great. But he's doing good. Don't get me wrong. Now, Keith pops this guy, tags Jericho. The crowd is dead quiet. Listen. some boos, some claps. But you tell me the crowd is going crazy. The crowd is into this. That we couldn't use a better fucking match. We couldn't have Ricochet versus, Keith. We couldn't have fucking Ricky Starks running this faction. No shit. Big Bill is ironically getting over. He is. Because a lot of people, I think, are realizing that Jericho is just sucking the life out of this. What was that? You had some lightning flashing inside. Yeah, that's what he does. Kills fucking numbers. Now he's got a mic. So, like, 3 matches tonight all had something after them. But Jericho was just, again, this is where Tony Khan is hurting his own company. And if anyone out there is trying to convince me that this is entertaining, we're just not the same, or I'm not nearly as high as you are, and I'm jealous. Why haven't we got Mercedes and Saraya in counter yet? I don't want that. I don't want that. Saraya has been awful. The fact that Jamie Hayter came back, another great example. Jamie Hayter come back. She should have went straight to the top of the division. She has an axe to grind. She had revenge. Nope. Nope. So Jericho's going through Orange Cassidy's backpack. And he found a picture of the best friends. Really? Do we fucking care? Is it a portal man? Yeah, do you hate AEW, bro? Yeah, clearly. You've seen one Bucks match. You've seen them all. Facts. I love every time I kind of turn on AEW a little. People are like, you hate it. You got to watch the whole show. I am jealous as well. Facts, right? I want to be that high. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Oh, I found something in his bag. Dum, dum, dum. Oh, it's a picture. He carries a picture of him and his friends around. We going to reunite the best friends? I want my cash. Long-term storytelling, folks. Jericho wants his money. Crowd. Listen to the crowd. 444. You think I hate it? Listen to the crowd. They don't like it either. OC's here. Oh, he's got some change, some lint. Lightning. I love it. Good reference. Good live reference. Great band. What do you got in the bag? What do you got in that bag? As Kyle O'Reilly, oh, they're going to fuck up the car. We're going back to WWE 1997. And they are, what are they doing? Oh, they got a thing of change. Oh, my car, they put quarters in it. Fuck. They didn't even fuck the car up. They just filled it with coins. If you got a vacuum, you're good. As they're chanting piece of shit. No, I got no problem with that 444, but I truly fucking like this show. And like I said, I've watched every minute of it, but it frustrates the fuck out of me. And I find it week in and week out, I'm finding more reasons to dislike it. I hate this. This isn't good. They didn't fuck up his car. They poured quarters in it. And he's crying. You fucked up my car. If you have a fucking handy vacuum, your car's good, idiot. Fucking stupid. You're insulting my intelligence. And the crowd in the building is dead. Dead. Dumb. But yeah, 444, I was here to start the show. And every Wednesday, we start with hopium. We start with excitement. We're ready to go. We want to see it. But then it tapers off. Every week, it tapers off. And the question of, do you dislike AEW? No. I dislike the core of the people in charge of AEW. The handful of people that are really close to Tony Khan are the worst part of every show. They are the worst part of every pay-per-view. That's what I would expect from Orange Cassidy. Genuinely. Yeah, fair enough. As ladies and gentlemen, we go back into commercial break. Anybody like that? Can AEW storylines get any worse right now? Andy, I'm with you, man. The man, a grown man in his fucking pushing 60, is in the ring crying. Oh, my car. A, it's not your car. We know that. It's a fucking rental. 2, you didn't fuck up the car. What they should have done is drop all the quarters and then drop the fucking hammer and put a fucking dent in the motherfucker. They poured coins in my car. Ah. Really? This is the adult programming. This is the stuff that's cool. This is the shit that the tribalists out there, that when we say this sucks and then they turn around, oh, I didn't like it. Yeah, fuck you in your opinion. It's bullshit. And playing safeguarding this shit sucks. Long-term storytelling makes me laugh. Did Khan and Russo team up to book this? It's fucking bad. Again, it insults my fucking intelligence as an adult. It insults my intelligence. And again, my biggest pet peeve is the fact that you have talent that you brag about that are sitting at home, not doing fuck and all. And we're seeing this week in and week out and week in and week out. And none of it's good, but they don't give a fuck. I liked it. You shut up. You're allowed to like it. It's fair. I'm only here for Wednesday night rant with KJ. There you go. And every show goes the same way. I start happy and end sad. WWE crowds were quiet. Yeah, again, this is one of the things that happen a lot, my bud. Is people go, well, they used to do stuff. Like the same thing with the needle spot of like, well, they did things 10 years ago. Again, when was the last time we tuned into a Raw, SmackDown, or pay-per-view that the crowd wasn't fucking losing their mind? Monday night's crowd was fucking epic. They were in Berlin, epic. Again, big crowds losing their mind and into what they're being presented. I'm not saying they never have a quiet crowd, but Jericho's not getting any reaction. And the fact that once upon a time, when Vince McMahon was booking, the crowds were quiet. Yeah, they sucked. They fucking sucked. That's why I was an AEW fan. I gave up on wrestling. And then one day, I saw a thing that said AEW or the Elite, or they're going to do All In, the OG All In. Oh, fuck, what is this? And I came back to wrestling. Thanks to Tony Khan. Thanks to AEW, I came back to wrestling. And I was so into AEW, I started doing this. I started doing social media and YouTube because I wanted to go after the Cornettes of the world that were shitting on my favorite company. That's what I did. But now that I'm being honest about the product 5 years deep, people, oh, you don't like it. You don't like it. You don't like it. No, I'm honest. If WWE just did the same thing, if fucking Montez Ford dropped a roll of fucking quarters on the Bloodlines car on Friday, I'd be sitting here bitching just the same way. That's it. But we can't keep... I don't compare AEW to WWE very often, or I try not to. My issue is AEW versus AEW. The product used to be better. The product used to sell more tickets. The product used to have more ratings. The product used to be more interesting. And we're losing it by the week. But Nigel in the ring, mad. I don't hate it as much as KJ does. I like that AEW is the alternative to WWE. I've been a WWF, WWE fan for a long time and got tired of their shit too at times. I gave up fully. I'm with you, Gilly. Those late years of Vince McMahon, and the Roman years where they were just shoving Roman down our throat for no reason, and Royal Rumbles are ending and the fans are booing The Rock and Roman and we're wasting our time. Or you get excited about a Bray Wyatt and they lose to everybody, or they can't get over the Brothers of Destruction, or you have Kofi going to run and squash it in 30 seconds. I hated. I gave up. I gave up on WWE. And when they became NXT 2.0, I gave up on that too. Nick, you're in charge of Tuesdays. I'm not doing it. I give up. But I can't base my opinion on what used to happen. Right now, on this day, I watched a really good Raw. I watched a really good NXT. And I'm watching a really bad Dynamite. So Nigel McGuinness has his name on a contract. And the crowd goes wild. I like it. I can't wait for NBC at 11. WWE is more of a story company. AEW is more of a wrestling company. That's wrong. That is completely wrong. That is wrong. Because AEW is trying to tell stories, and because they tell stories poorly, people say, well, that's not them. We got the lightning flash again. What is happening in the arena tonight? Is there a spotlight circling around? Is there a lighthouse in the building? Okay. Wait a minute. Why? Holy fuck. This makes no sense, guys. You tell me if I'm wrong. And this is why I'm mad. And we talk about stories. Danielson just got choked out, got smothered in a bag by his friends. Moxley is talking about him. So Brian is focused on that. Nigel McGuinness, who should have had a match with Danielson, I agree with that. So Brian's in a storyline, and Nigel shows up and is now calling him it doesn't work. You're not making sense with your shit. And back to your point, WWE is not getting enough credit for the in-ring shit they're giving us. They're giving us good wrestling matches lately. They used to be the shitty wrestling matches where it's all story and 4-minute matches. You're right. Not anymore. You look at the quality matches we're getting. Carmelo and Andrade. We got a street fight on Monday. We get fucking the Street Profits running around doing their thing. We are getting quality. On the shows, we are getting quality. They are out wrestling AEW. And why? Because tonight I got Jericho in a fucking match. Shitty wrestling match. Hook versus Jericho was a shitty wrestling match. OC versus Jericho is going to be a shitty wrestling match. The Bucks are doing shitty matches. Then you get boring matches that just have shock and awe value, and it doesn't live up. There are good matches. Ospreay, Fletcher, one of the matches of the year. Ospreay, Pac, one of the matches of the year. But they're good matches, or they're great matches, and they're shit matches. And they don't have a whole lot in between. So that's the answer to that. AEW is trying to do stories, but can't do them well. And their wrestling in ring is fading. It's not what it used to be. It used to be banger after banger. Remember we'd get like 2 or 3 really good tag team matches every Dynamite? Gone. Doesn't happen. As here come the young cucks. I guess this is the main event. Holy shit, time flies when you're rambling. So the Young Bucks are coming out, and the gauntlet match will be the main event. Maybe we'll get a surprise. That literally made no sense. Jericho, yeah, no, none of it does. Wasn't even like it was enough to fill the car. Yeah, if you have a good vacuum, your car is fine. But here come FTR. Top guys in the house. We needed cement, forklift, something. He's, oh, my car. Nothing happened. That's the shit that sucks. And that's them trying to fucking tell stories. AEW makes kidult entertainment. I like that, MDB. I thought it was going to pour orange juice. That would have made more sense. That would have been funnier. Because then you could say, oh, man, my car's going to be sticky. Oh, man, I'm never going to get that smell out of my car. Oh, man, I'm going to attract bees. And they'll land in my fucking fake hair that I got stuck on the top of my head. I don't know. But the orange juice would have made more sense because the jacket was covered in orange juice. What are they paying these people? What are they paying these people cannot walk out of the arena, of that arena? I'm not sure what you're asking, AJ. AW is borderlands of professional wrestling, and you can get the biggest names you want, but that's not going to stop it from sucking. So Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay are in the tag team gauntlet match. That's what happened earlier. Again, it's so funny. It's so funny. I hope those coins were donated to charity. Yeah, the Chris Jericho fucking Insurgents Fund. Could have been orange juice. I like that. Roll Tide. Orange juice would have been better. Yeah. He's bitching about you ruined a $2,000 jacket with orange juice. So ruin a fucking $100,000 car with orange juice. Continuity. Put the fucking story together. That's all I'm asking. Just make it better. As we are off and running, Ospreay, Fletcher against FTR, both men to the outside. And we're left with Wheeler and Ospreay in the ring. Interesting. They just ruined a car. Holy shit, I'm way behind. Do you see FTR as the modern day brain busters? Once upon a time, but let's be real. Again, people, not a popular opinion. FTR has been very quiet in 2024. They've been very muted since re-signing with AEW. FTR begins. All right, folks, who's winning this? Do we even know who's in it? KJ, what? AEW, where dinosaurs wrestle. Rise from the dead. Dinosaur wrestlers rise from the dead. Super chats. Orange Julius should have dropped a tree on the learning tree. They took an old Vince spot and made it worse. I need not say any more. Thank you so much for the super chat. 2 years ago, I used to run home out of work to go see AEW. Now I run home to go. Now I run on my home to go work. I've been the true live shows never again. I made sense of most of that. Paul, thank you so much for the super chat. What I've witnessed from my friends, from like I got brothers, diehard wrestling fans. We had Ringsider Anthony here on Saturday. There are AEW fans who absolutely love this product that have given up on this product because the in-ring wrestling is repetitive. It's not, there's no rhyme or reason, and the storytelling with a couple exceptions hasn't been good. Right? Like I want Ospreay to be in a really cool rivalry. Instead, he's in a tag team gauntlet match and Ricochet's getting beat up by Mortos. Help me understand. Help. Somebody. As we got another team coming out. Here come the Righteous. Another tag team we never get to see. They are so good. Nigel's match makes Darby one with Mox make 0 sense. Fuck, that went right over my head, Richard. Moxley comes out and says, Danielson can't fight, so I'm going to fight you. And then Nigel comes out and says, are you a coward or are you going to fight me? Okay. Hey, I don't even have to criticize it. Y'all tell me what you think. This would be a really perfect time to bring in MCMG. Benson Broom. Yeah, look, the wrestling's so exciting. You're giving me fucking VMA updates. I had a stroke reading this, Paul. If the Continental title was merged with the International title, what would it be called? The Continental International title? I don't fucking know at this point. Daddy Yankee, I don't care. I love Daddy Yankee, though. Dax ain't quite on social media. Sounds like a bitch. He whines too much, and he's really become a blowhard to me. You go back in old streams. I praise that man so much. And when he was doing his podcast and speaking the truth, once they signed that contract, that podcast disappeared, and so did FTR from relevancy. I'd rather go to a WWE event than an AEW event. Well, I'd rather hang around with 10,000 screaming fans than 1,900. I've been to 2 live shows, never again. Again, guys, all you got to do, if you're just tuning in, rewind to the beginning of the show where I was all excited. And this is what happens. Here comes the Undisputed Kingdom. Former Ring of Honor tag team champions. I think they're former. Are they former tag champs? Or are they still tag champs? Dutch and Vinton. That was apparently what was going to happen, Money. If you didn't have what happened to Bray happen, the rumor, I mean, they were spotted at NXT. It would have been amazing. I'm such a big fan of the Righteous going back to Ring of Honor. And again, I know what they bring to the table. And it just, again, they've been in this company and they're buried behind paywalls. They're buried on rampages. They're doing jobs for every high flippy team out there. They go for the cover. 2. Osprey almost gets pinned by Taven. If MCMG shows up and not win the match like Ricochet, that is booking malpractice. I would agree with that. Dax is in a woke land. So sad. Dax used to be cool, man. Like, check out my whiskeys. And, like, remember when all the AEW fans were calling him a drunk and saying he was an asshole? And he switched that too. And the minute he signed on that dotted line, his attitude changed. And to me, that, again, I'll never knock your hustle that you work the money mark for extra dollars. But all that shit you said for the weeks you were running that podcast of we are who we are and we stand on our principles. Bull fucking shit, Dax. Bullshit. If MCMG, I got that one. Dun, dun, dun. Dax sounds like the guy who runs his mouth till you smack him and then he stays shut. Yeah, Dax seems like the guy that shoots his mouth off. And Wheeler feels like the guy that has to stand up for him and pull out the fucking Glock. MTV. We all need to make AEW a good show. That's what I'm advocating for, guys. I'm not on here every fucking show and every pay-per-view belly aching because I want the show to go away. It's the contrary. I want to go back to the glory days. I want to go back to the good days, which was only a couple years ago. I want better booking decisions. I want better stories. I want better matches. I want guys like Jericho to take a fucking break and go away. I don't even want Jericho to retire. I just want him to fuck off for a little bit. Go the fuck away. Orange Cassidy, 5 years straight, week in and week out and week in and week out. Anybody out there have been doing the same fucking thing identically every fucking day? Like, come on. You eventually get sick of shit. But yeah. I know it's funny. I criticize the WWE quite a bit. And generally people, I have friends out there, even my buddy Steve, I talked about him. I don't know if he's in the chat tonight. Back and forth. We debate. He doesn't like Roman Reigns. I love what they've done with the bloodline ever since Roman got with Paul. I think people only remember the shitty Roman and they don't want to. Again, if we always live in the past, we're never going to fucking see what's right in front of us. And I think too many people live in the past. But that's generally what happens. But if I say something negative about AEW, I'm either told that I hate AEW or I'm a fucking idiot or I should die or I'm fat or I'm ugly or my mom dresses funny. Like, it's the craziest shit. No valid arguments coming back. Like, why are the arenas empty? Because you're a fucking loser. Like, okay. Again, maybe it's just a younger, more immature fan base. I don't know. I don't get why even you listen to the Meltzer, like even when Meltzer is completely and utterly fucked, and even Brian is calling him out, he will refuse to back. Oh, that's the way it's always been. That's the way it's always been. Fuck you, Dave. We know you're full of shit. We can see it with our own two eyes. That's what makes me mad. More and more people, when they do dumb shit and bad booking, need to call it out and affect this company. And again, if you don't, now Bibbins is here. Why is Bibbins here? Yeah, we're back from picture in picture. The Acclaimed have come out for the main event. Yeah, I did. He was spamming the fuck out of them. So we got 4 teams, and Tony Schiavone says we are staying as long as it takes. I want candy. Spaz, thank you again. I used to think, it's not for me, but other people like it, and people have work. People have work. Now I'm like Drago talking about Rocky. If they die, they die. Fair enough. Mm-hmm. Look, it would be way easier. Like when I see companies out there, like, some of the smaller ones, and we've watched some horrible shows. It's easy. Fuck it. I don't care. Just go do about your business and leave me alone. But when, like I said, when AEW inspired me to do all the shit we do, again, watching the decline of AEW has been very frustrating for a fan. And again, there's people out there. You'll see a guy go live tonight wearing an AEW hoodie who only watches 1/3 of their shows. Right? And then tells you everything you need to know about AEW. He doesn't watch as much AEW as most of us. As here comes Maximum Male Models, Mansour, and whatever the fuck. CM Punk brought me to AEW event. Yeah, why would he not? And we're off and running. The Kingdom jumping on MXM. Anybody got a guess on who's winning this shit? It's true. She's a nice lady. Stop it. What are your thoughts on AEW tonight? Mixed bag of nuts. What I liked was few and far between. Anybody out there thinking like this is really exciting tonight? In ring, did we get any really, really good matches outside of Ricochet and Sammy? Which I feel they kind of shat on because Mortos is not the guy. Mortos is not the fucking guy. The Acclaimed are part of the tag team gauntlet match. So when you only have so many tag teams, you throw them all in there. The Acclaimed are one of them. FTR, the Acclaimed. Will we get others? Macy Gray. Who quoted Macy Gray? Man, I like it. Yeah, Mike, it's just, and again, if you disagree with me, we will take your rating out of 10 at the end of this. I'm not all my excitement you guys saw when I started this live stream just slowly dissipates as we go on. The Jericho stuff was shitty and stupid. I like Moxley. I really like what they're doing with Moxley. I would have changed a couple little things, but I really like what they're doing with Moxley. Everybody setting up a multi-man suplex. Quick, grab me. I'm bending over for no reason. And oh my God, that looked fucking brutal. Again, one of those things where just to get the spot done, everybody has to come together. Crowd will pop for the Outrunners. I hope they do. I hope the Outrunners get all the love. As we go to picture in picture, folks, we are in the main event. It's been a hell of a night here. The channel's been busy. I appreciate every single one of you for joining us tonight. And again, we are the most unscripted, unbiased, sometimes unorganized channel out there covering wrestling. And people tell you otherwise. People act like they're not toxic and spew toxicity everywhere. That's not here. That's not us. And yes, I've been very frustrated with this product. I did not like All Out. I am not loving this show. I watched a show on Monday and Tuesday that entertained me on a much higher level than what I got here tonight. If that makes me an asshole, well, I'm an asshole. Tough shit. No, leave my mom out of this. Why are the Acclaimed? Got that one. He's giving her the Hawk Tuha. Fucking hell. Waiting to see if Bobby and Shelton are in the match. That'd be fucked up. That'd be cool. AEW worked early for two reasons. A, they were the new shiny thing. B, WWE was bad. Neither are true anymore. Spaz! Again, thank you. When Tony Khan first came into the business, it was very much, I called him the Robin Hood of wrestling. So, when we started doing live streams, every week, Dynamite was number one. Like, we used to do a power ranking every week, and maybe we'll bring that back one day. But we used to do a power ranking, AEW number one, AEW number one, AEW number one. WWE sucked pond water. But you're right. Triple H taking over has been nothing but good. If you really wanted, if you could take the bias glasses off, not you, but anybody in general, and just watch the WWE product now, it's not all perfect. I sit here and complain about shit all the time. Nick complains about the shit he doesn't like. But it's been so solid, where it feels like big names, superstars doing superstar shit in front of gigantic audiences. It's exciting. It's fun. Even 3-hour Raw, people are, a lot of people, even on this channel, have echoed the idea that Raw has become a better show than SmackDown. Even with that extra hour, they're finding a way to keep it interesting. But that did change because Vince McMahon's the ultimate heel and Tony Khan was the absolute babyface that was just like, they were all like fucking rescue puppies. Like he was saving all the poor wrestlers that were abused by McMahon creative. And he wasn't wrong. FTR left for stupid creative. Moxley couldn't do what he wanted to do. But Triple H is not McMahon. Tony Khan is more like Vince McMahon than Triple H is. Triple H is booking for the fans. Triple H understands the business. Triple H understands the psychology. Triple H understands what the fans want to see. Is he perfect? No. Has he made mistakes? Yes. But overall, the product is on fucking fire. And no longer, now in the scenario, the big bad billionaire is Tony Khan, who's booking for the sickos. And that's what Vince McMahon used to do. Vince McMahon didn't care about the fans. Vince McMahon didn't care about the audience. Vince McMahon cared about his small pocket of people that thought the same shit. He had a group of yes men doing whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted, however he wanted. And nobody would tell him it was shit. And that is now Tony Khan. That's that simple, guys. And I know, I take heat all the time. But again, if you watch all the content, you realize where we really stand. Who had the best career out of the three Shield brothers, Moxley, Roman, and Seth? They're still going, but Roman, you can't deny what Roman has accomplished, right? Moxley's on AEW now, doing good things. But Roman's going to go down as one of the GOATs, guys, whether you love it or hate it. And if you only focus on early Roman, I hated it with you. Early Roman was one of the reasons why I quit. When you stay up all night to watch a fucking Royal Rumble and here Roman comes again, you're like, fuck my life. But we are down to Will Ospreay and Dante Martin. Dun, dun, dun. Everyone else is on the outside. Up and over. Way, ole. All right, back and forth. Off the chest, big kick. They are showing how the shit the bed with the tag team. They're showing how to look. All I want is all you needed to do was pick one of your tag teams, the Acclaim, the Righteous, somebody, and they find a reason to hate your champion and go after them. That's it, right? Like that's it's that simple. All these fucking number one contenders match, and now you're shuffling things around. Are we going to get Daniel Bryan against Nigel instead of Daniel Bryan Darby? Is that what's going to happen? What the fuck are we doing? Pac becomes a number one contender, gets bumped off the pay-per-view. Has to wait 2 weeks. Everybody jumps in to break up the pin. All right. Here come the Outrunners. Huge pop. Let's go. Let's go. Like, here's a perfect example. If Tony Khan listened to his fans and had any fucking balls between his legs, the Outrunners win this. Listen to the crowd. Who else got that pop in this match outside of Ospreay and Fletcher? FTR, not even. The Outrunners have got the biggest reaction. So if Tony Khan has a pair of balls, you book what the fans want. You put the right guys in the ring. That's how you sell tickets. Guys with attitude, guys with chemistry, guys with charisma, not generic wrestler number 2, 3, 6, and 12. And out goes Dutch. Outrunners are on fire. Big back elbow. Give them the title shot. Let's go. Everybody in the chat right now, give me a fucking palm tree or an Outrunners or an OR. Put some love in the chat for the Outrunners. 10 out of 48. Here we go. KJ, I've noticed the older generation are used to the old WWE style wrestling. AEW are the new young. Nope, you're wrong. That's not accurate. And may not be the perfect, but it gives a new flavor. I don't agree with that because I do see what Triple H is doing with young talent. You got Jericho in the ring. That's not new and exciting. You got Orange Cassidy. That's not new and different. I'm not sure who this is. Here comes the grizzled young vets. Holy shit. And FTR, run up the ramp. Here we go. I don't agree with that because overall, WWE is pushing more younger talent than AEW. Go look through the roster. Oh, where they're fighting off. FTR, grizzled young vets are fighting off. We'll see you on Saturday. And that's it. I don't want to go back to the old style of wrestling. But I do want to go back to the storytelling. I do want to go back to the quality booking. I do want to go back to having a voice. Mansoor on the top. So, Juan, I don't agree with that sentiment. I'm not what you would call a young fan by any stretch. And I want the excitement. I want the Ricochets of the world. I want the Ospreys of the world. We're here praising. We're sitting here watching New Japan and everyone else. It's the holes and the flaws in the product that are pissing me off. Not that I want it to be like WWE. I want it to go back to being like AEW. Fun, interesting, the crowd reacting. Like right now, the Outrunners are doing everything I asked them to. So not, oh, wait a minute. No, they're going to do it. Pin him. Ah. Two. Oh, Vincent missed the foot pull and he kicked out anyway. That's the shit. The booking gets to that match is awful. Yeah, it's fucked. And if you guys go back, Richard, I think you were here, but if you go back to All Out when Nigel came out, I thought Wrestle Dream, Nigel Danielson's last match. Right? That's why you take the belt off him at Grand Slam. Again, that's it. This isn't about younger fans. And again, if you mean by younger fans wanting a difference and it's needles through the cheeks or glass spots that make no sense or two, Dante almost got it or Darius almost got it. Sorry, hard to tell them apart sometimes. Thought Nigel versus Danielson is in 2 weeks at Grand Slam. Yes, but it was supposed to be Darby versus Danielson. And Moxley just finished saying Danielson can't wrestle. Darby deserves the title shot. Whoa, hidden blade! Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck. That's crazy. Yeah, another ref botch. Botch after botch. I think, yeah. I am the Truth Magnum guy. I love it. Okay. The AEW marks are going to, oh, this is so exciting. You have, the AEW Tribalists. What's one of the biggest complaints about WWE? These thrown together tag teams. Oh, but Fletcher and Ospreay are friends. Why is somebody not challenging Will Ospreay for that belt? But I guess we'll go to Grand Slam. I don't mind it. Overall, it's their chance. Again, the Bucks are trying to capitalize on other people's shine. The matches should be good. Might be good. We haven't had many good Young Bucks matches in recent memory. I hate calling out botches, but there was obvious. Again, I don't mind botches. I think sometimes people watch everything. We can laugh about the botches, blah, blah, blah. Again, when they're obvious and blatant and a lot, you get mad. You get frustrated. No, Motor City. No. There you go. They're safe still, Jose. You called it. I didn't even know they were going to fucking do this. And I just find like you're doing this, but nobody has anything solid to dig into. Darby's supposed to get a title shot. Now, Darby might fight Moxley. Nigel's going to fight fucking Danielson. Danielson's supposed to fight Darby. Ospreay, at some point, is going to fight Ricochet. But Ricochet's going to fight Mortoast. And Ospreay's going to go have a tag team match. Jericho versus OC. What the fuck? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of AEW Dynamite. That is the show. Give me your rating out of 10. And let's talk about it. What did you like? What didn't you like? What was good? What was bad? What was in between? Let me know. This one's a hard one to rate. What did we like tonight? What stood out for you guys? Bradley going 7. I feel like that's high. But okay, Moxley and the Outrunners saved the show. Yeah, but the Outrunners lose, again. If Tony Khan had true balls and booking sense, he would give the guys that like the Outrunners more TV time. They got a bigger reaction than 90% of your roster and more than most people that were utilized on the show tonight. Mariah May versus Aminata was an okay match. I've seen better women's matches this week from other companies. Moxley shit, I really like it. We'll go with that. What else happened tonight that you really liked? Appreciate it, KJ. I'm fucking out of here. I'm so sick of the shitty booking. All right. Well, I don't blame you. I don't get the booking. None of it makes sense. MDB, good call. They can't resist the idea of putting 2 belts on one guy. And again, I do think it's a lot of, if we work with Fletcher and Ospreay, we're going to get 5 stars from Meltzer and everyone's going to think we're great. We'll see. We'll see if they deliver. The Young Bucks have not given me a good, exciting, compelling tag team match in months and months and months. And I have no faith they're going to start now. Will that match have a lot of high spots? Yes. Will that match be a little bit crazy at times? Yes. But that is starting to wear off. No surprise team tonight. No hurt business. No MCMG. Yeah, because it's just guessing. It's just guessing. Nobody knows. Will Ospreay literally never loses. I don't mind Will Ospreay never losing. He is the best in your company, especially with the guys that are sitting on the sideline. But I want Will Ospreay, this big signing, the new face of AEW, to be in shit that is intense and that is one-on-one and that matters. You let Fletcher team up with fucking Takeshita or something. Go elsewhere. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Let the Outrunners go after it because the Outrunners are getting a pop. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Jericho versus OC next week, official. Again, nobody cares. It's going to eat the rating. Tune in. We will eat the rating. Thanks, Kev. More toast. Hashtag more toast. 4.5 out of 10. 3 out of 10 AEW. Yeah. Tony Khan loves to screw over one division to pick up another. Ospreay not defending his belt to go after the tag belts, just like what Pac and Claudio and Wheeler did. Yeah, just a great example. And again, for the guys that are about to go live and review this show and tell everybody how fucking wonderful it was, explain this shit. You have 3 men win a trios belt, then go after tag belts. You have a single champion now teaming up to go after tag belts. Again, if Ospreay wasn't a champion and him and Fletcher want to team up, fine. There's history. Let him go after tag belts. But one of your singles champions is going after your tag belts. Your trios champions are going after the tag belts. It's weird booking. It's weird booking. 3 out of 10, 2 out of 13. Jesus. 0 out of 10, no Trish. 3.25 knee pads. More croutons. 4.5. This Dynamite was flat as hell. The ending was flat. A lot of it was flat. Jesse Murph performing. I love Jesse Murph. Such a talent. Great voice. 10 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. Kevin, the drugs are strong. Roll Tide. How did you get to 7.5? I feel like that's a little bit high. But what did you like about the show that allowed you to get to 7.5? And I'm not saying that disparagingly. I'm curious. 3 out of 10. 4 out of 10. 0.4. 5 out of 5, bad booking, all end of the match rewrites. Yeah, fair enough. 2 out of 10, Outrunners indie garbage. 4.5. Nigel announces his second match in singles return. Is that enough to get bonus marks? Even if it didn't make sense? Even if you should have done it elsewhere? Because the Nigel announcing that Nigel challenging a guy that we were just told in the previous segment or 2 segments before, he won't be around. Seems really fucking weird. Callis offered Kyle and not Takeshita. Takeshita starts a breakup with Callis. I don't know. They just hang around each other. Ospreay beat up every member of that faction, and they're all still friends. It's weird. Why was there not like an Osprey Callis feud that we could buy into, that we could get behind, that we could be excited about? Why did that not happen? I don't get it. Give it an 8. Brandon, how did you get to 8? How did you get to 8 tonight? I kind of like the Moxley segment. I do like the Moxley stuff. Moxley was one of the best parts of this show tonight. Jeff Jarrett Hangman, boom, points for that. I'll give you that. Who the heck is Jesse Murphy? No, Murph. Go check her out. Young and up and coming star. Great voice, good song. Favorite thing of the show was Ricochet versus Sammy. Ricochet versus Sammy was a really fun match. The only disappointment is Mortos coming in to take on Ricochet in the future. Fucking stupid. 4 out of 10, 5. It's title belt overdose. Too much gold floating around AEW. And I love gold. I love gold. Yeah. 6 out of 10. It was better than last week. I can live with 6. I'm not going that high, but I can understand how you got to 6. Moxley part was the best part. Rest was meh. 3 out of 10. 6.5. Okay. Ricochet's match was decent, but it wasn't great. It was subpar than what we've seen. So here's the dilemma, right? You bring in Osprey, and you go Osprey Fletcher, and it's a fucking match of the year candidate. You go MJF Fletcher, fucking wicked match. Ricochet Fletcher, not as good, a little flat. You go Sammy Ricochet, not quite as good as Osprey and Fletcher. So again, does anybody out there feel like Ricochet feels like a big fucking star in this company? That holy fuck, he's about to take this company by storm? No, he's gonna go fight the guy with the fucking head. It's great. If they should have had the Outrunners win, even if it's to lose to the Bucks, they're getting over 100%. And again, this is the problem. And again, I love this company. It's the Bucks, the Jerichos, the guys that Tony Khan has fallen in love with, that he overbooks over the guys that are truly getting over. That is the problem. Outrunners, give them a chance. At least they're getting a crowd reaction. They are getting a better crowd reaction than your world champs. Simple. Take off the fucking earphones and listen to your fans. And anybody out there that thinks, oh, KJ's hating the show. No, I'm advocating for the fan base that are cheering and booing and paying attention. I don't know how many weeks we got to have fucking Jericho segments where barely anybody reacts. I don't get it. I don't get it. 4 out of 10. TK golded himself to death. Tony Khan loves to screw over one. I got that one. 5 out of 10. 3 out of 10. Osprey is the new Roman. Not really. Again, and I had this debate earlier with somebody, but again, if it's earned, if you are the biggest, most charismatic, energetic guy that the fans really are rabid about, yeah, he feels a little bit like Roman, but it's deserved. It's earned. When KJ speaks, you listen. Stop reading dirt sheets. Facts. Ignore the dirt sheets and fuck Dave Meltzer. But I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to say we're getting close to the last call, but I will get through these ones. I think the Golden Lovers dethrone the Young Bucks. Yes, that'd be awesome. I'm okay with that. But the Bucks are boring as fuck, guys. The Bucks are hurting this show. The Bucks bring nothing to this show. They bring no entertainment value to the show. I watched, I don't know. I just, again, week in and week out, it feels the same. There you go. I spent half the show listening to you and the other re-listening to the Victory Road preview I posted. There you go. Thank you, Spaz. Why did AEW reward 2 singles guys instead of a true tag team? WWE are doing the same thing. Yeah, and when they do it, assholes jump online and shit all over WWE for doing it. You do. Tony Khan is more like Vince McMahon than Triple H is. And the proof is in the booking. And people that want to hold on to the past WWE and feel like it's never changed or never tuned back in, so they just have this old sentiment of it, you're wrong. It's like, do you guys ever remember like the girl that would like, maybe wasn't the most attractive girl, and then you go away for the summer and you come back the next year at school and she's come into her own and she's gorgeous? That'd be like looking at that girl and going, nah, she's still ugly. That's what is happening. WWE went away for the summer and matured and figured their life out. Came back with a whole new look, a whole new attitude. But people still remember the ugly. And that's the problem. Good night, Brandon. 5 out of 10. The show was fine, average. MCMG, they're going to WWE. That we're still waiting to figure that out, but I'm anticipating it. I've seen better women's matches at McDonald's. Yeah. Fucking Waffle House is known for fucking way better women's brawls. Nigel announces his singles return. Okay. And so that was enough to bump you for extra points. I'm okay with that. Again, at least you have a reason. You just tell me to shut the fuck up. My biggest complaint is canceling Darby title shot. Again, you just did this to Pac. And you explained the reason why is Danielson can't wrestle. So Danielson can't defend his title, but he can fight Nigel. What the fuck? What the fuck? Does it make sense? Does it add up? How does the guy in the digital card defend this? How does that guy justify this shit? How does it make sense? I know some of y'all pop in there when I'm done talking. You let me know how he explains that makes sense. Tony Khan loves double champions. Yeah, he loves double something. 5 out of 10. Outrunners are the Acclaimed from 1.5 years ago. Tony will blow it again. Mr. Noob, you're not wrong. 7.5 out of 10. I accept it. 9, Byron. Drugs are bad. Step away. But I am curious. What made this show a 9 for you? Does Tony favor Ospreay because they have the same hairstyle? Perhaps. Ospreay's a star, guys. Ospreay's a star. This is the guy that you get your little AEW army and you put it behind Ospreay and you go forward. Ospreay fucking around with tag titles, Ospreay being in a mid-card champion makes no fucking sense to me. He should be at the top of your fucking company and he should be leading the charge. When I think Juan earlier said about like, well, you know, AEW is the new younger alternative, then Ospreay should leading that charge, not Bryan Danielson. 5.5. Nigel announced got that one. I feel like I'm fucking deja vuing. KJ, that's who I am. 4.5 out of 10. Thank you. Why is Ospreay involved in everything? Because you ever play on a sports team that only has like 1 or 2 good players? It's the old pass the ball to Will. It's the old Fresh Prince. We suck. Pass the ball to Will. That's what this is. Pass the ring to Will. That's why. Because Will is one of the only big stars in this company that matter. So pass the ball to Will, Kid Rivos. Con Camp book. 11:59, 0 to 10 says code. Wow. Tomorrow Nick gonna be elated. Not sure why, but he will be here live with us to debate some stuff. KJ promo is better than tonight. Thank you. I appreciate that. Try and articulate my thoughts. They don't always come out properly, but I get there. Hashtag selective outrage. I like it. I like it. Last call, Bucks or what does that say? DEI champs. Okay. That went over my head. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will make last call on the chat. I'll click through a last few, but I will remind everybody, go get yourself the F Meltzer t-shirts. The anti-Dave movement is upon us. It's time to shut down people that just go live and make shit up. We want to raise money for literacy as well, because apparently people are having trouble reading what he's actually saying and seeing through the bullshit. For me, it's the show after a pay-per-view. Imagine this was the Raw after a pay-per-view, and it was this lackluster. How would people react to that? I wonder. I'll leave that with you. For my money, tonight's show gets a point for Hangman and Adam Page finally getting off. I'm excited about Nigel, but that whole fucking thing got contrived real quick. I was bored for a lot of this show. And maybe it's just I'm not their target audience, but I think I fit in the demo still. So, yeah. I mean, I'm giving this show a 4 out of 10. It underdelivered. It underwhelmed. Thank God Ricochet Sammy was a good match, but Ricochet going after Mortis makes no sense. Ospreay going after your fucking tag titles doesn't make a lot of sense. It's the Bucks trying to get shines off bigger stars. And as long as Tony Khan is utilizing guys like the Bucks and Jericho as his right-hand men that get more TV time than most people, the show will continue to have problems. So Ricochet is on a side mission fighting Ring of Honor and Rampage guys instead of feuding with the top talent. We know Ospreay is the end game, but why give Ricochet filler? Because you don't know any better. I can't wait to see the return of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is rumored to potentially be on the show Friday. Guys, we are going to be here live Friday, and it's a cage match. It's going to be fun. And I think we're going to get a really good example of how you do a cage match with angles that don't require, staple guns and don't require needles. And it doesn't require ridiculous spots. I want to see movement in the ring. I want to see excitement in the ring. I love Ice Cube. Oh, gee, man. One of the best. Yay. I met Lenny Kravitz and his daughter. They're funny. I imagine that's pretty cool. But with all that being said, folks, I'm about to tap out. KJ got to be elated. I'm always elated. Seems like a cool dude. How could he not be? The trios division feels like an afterthought. It shouldn't exist. That's why. Wheeler is the trios champion and currently doesn't feel all right. Wheeler wasn't even on the show tonight. So we didn't even get a sense. Did I miss him? Was he there? No. But we didn't even get to address how Wheeler feels. We saw Wheeler emotional. Why was that not brought up tonight? Good job with Moxley. Good job with Page. Good job using Jeff Jarrett and Page finally. Good job, Sammy and Ricochet, for a really great match. The rest of the show was lackluster. Oh, and a bonus point for the Outrunners. The Outrunners got one of the biggest pops of the entire night, and it meant nothing. So that's it. That is AEW Dynamite, folks. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. It's always fun hanging out with all of you guys. We appreciate all the love and support. Don't forget, be a friend, tell a friend. We are back tomorrow night. We are here for the Dirt Sheet debate. You can show up. Myself, Nick, and Anthony are going to talk about a lot of things. I guarantee there's going to be a Wendy Chu argument. I guarantee we're going to talk about All Out. I guarantee we're going to talk about tonight. I guarantee a lot of fun, as it always is. The wrestling might suck, folks, but we never do. And we appreciate every single one of you for any minute you spend with us. And again, one last time, be a friend, tell a friend, come back tomorrow. And we got so much coming your way. And until then, we'll see you on the flip side. Good night.